Lovers and friends. Tell me again, my baby. We be lovers and friends. Ooh, ooh. What's good, bedtime bandits? It's your girl Britt, and I'm coming with that late night tea, so you already know what to do for me. On the way in, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that post notification bell, so you always know when your girl bedtime is dropping a video. And I'm sorry I got the screen black right now because I have not been on live in so long. Sorry, y'all. I'm about to put something on the screen. I feel like I don't even know how to work a live no more. Oh my gosh, my proper. Second, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Bear with me, bear with me, bear with me. J Mac, Sheena Gita. I like that. I like that. I just made some shrimp egg foo young. Got my drink and smoke, and I'm right on time. I'm always on time, and I gave you my love. So baby, be mine. Let's go, let's go. Y'all is crazy. I'm gonna wait till everybody get in here to really get into anything too deep. But I am so excited to be back on live with y'all. Now I'm gonna be 100% honest. I have not got on live since October 12th. It is November what? Like it's November 5th. So I have not been on in almost a month on live. So let's make it count, okay? We do got my super chat up there. You can also support the live if you look at the pinned comments. However, the reason I don't get on live anymore is because if you know YouTube, like people claim they do so much. Most of your support comes from your supporters when it comes to live streams. So that's why I continue to drop posted videos because money is time and time is money. And I don't like to waste it, baby. Let's go, J Mac. It's so good to see you in here, Buckwell. Bedtime in the chat. Rugal. She about to start saying. Hey, y'all. T Nice. I just got off the freeway back in Vegas. I'm so jelly. I love me some Vegas. The craziest thing happened to me while I was in Vegas, though. But every time somebody tell me they're in Vegas, I never tell them what happened to me while I was in Vegas because I don't want them to not have a magnificent time like you're supposed to have when you're in Vegas. So when you get back, check in with me so I can tell you that crazy story. Bedtime, you must know nobody how many people duplicate. They can never compare. Don't change nothing you do. What? Sorry. Bedtime, you must know nobody how many. Oh, nobody now how many. And the thing is, I think that's so funny because honestly, I'm a supporter of every single body in this sector in some way, shape, or form. But if they think people don't notice, then people notice. So I think it's so funny that when people include other people in their beef, and the other including in their beef clearly has been inspired by me in some way, shape, or form. Not all, but some. So I think that the same supporters can see it. So thank you, J Mac, for pointing it out. I'll see it. I know y'all see it. I'm like, damn, I know you want some. You chewing on it like a piece of bubble gum. I know you see it. That influence is evident, baby, and that's why I am shows. And I'm not even doing it on purpose. Hey, okay. We got 50 people up in this joint. Let's go. Let's get the 50 likes. Let me call bedtime. Look, that little intro, right? I did not know it was going to go so well. Y'all love that little intro because sometimes I feel like it's a little annoying. Especially when I'm watching videos, I be skipping all through the intro. And then intro in a couple of times, people was like, oh my God, where's your intro? Where's your intro? And obviously I only come live if you're new to the live. I know I have not been on live in a couple of months, so you might not know how my lives go. So let me break it down, bust it down, and pass it around. Bedtime does not completely react to videos on live. I am not a blogger for the 72,000 time, no matter what people want to tell y'all I am. I'm a reaction channel, meaning I react two videos. However, I do not do that on live stream. I usually either put in separate clips or just speak to my bedtime bandits. If I want to clock some tea or I want to put in receipts, then I make a posted video because that's where my coin comes from. So if I'm doing too much talking to my bedtime bandits, reading too many comments, then you probably don't want to be in this live stream because this is what I get up here for. Yeah, you ate that up. Okay, so to the T-ski. So first off, this is something random for our channel, obviously, but I did think it was a little kiki because y'all know I stay away from the kid content and all of that, commenting on people's, kids and whatnot, keeping it respectful like some other people don't do. But recently, I don't know if y'all know, but TASHAK, I want to show y'all the video on live, but I'm gonna have to put it in my baby doll to do it. I don't know if about or not, so I'm gonna put a little black on. But TASHAK did a Halloween costume of Krishan. During the Halloween costume of Krishan, she was smacking the baby. This is a baby doll we're talking about. She was smacking the baby doll around. She was giving the baby doll. She was giving the baby doll alcohol in GTA. And I guess insinuating that, that's what Krishan did. Now, to me, it was one of those things because it's like, that's not really you. That's the animated form of you with the costume. However, I seen some other clips where she basically said can somebody giving somebody some money or something like that. Can we give the baby some money so we can make him walk and talk? And that's when things completely went left. And this was so crazy. People be coming at me, and I would never, ever in my whole entire life ever say any stuff like that. Not for no views. You cannot pay me $1 million to talk about nobody's child. I promise you cannot. And apparently, Krishan pulled up the TASHAK house, ran in the garage, and put the paws on it, y'all. So apparently, Krishan went in the garage, and this somebody said they were going to be posting a video on Baddies USA. I went over there. I didn't see it. Nobody seemed to be debunking what this person said, but I just thought that was crazy. Like, one, you already know who Krishan is, and two, the fact that people really be thinking that. I don't know if they just be going home at night and repenting later after the stuff they do on the internet for these views and clicks. But boy, it be taking me out. And it's just, honestly, that's just a great example of something bedtime would never do. Let me go bedtime. You ate that up. Oh, alive. Yes. I'm here. Don't worry. We're going to move on to the next subject soon. I think she should get sued for that. Very distasteful. It was too much. And that's the thing. And I kind of love that about our community. I do, but I don't. It's almost a bittersweet symphony. I personally like when somebody assumes I'm not going to sue them. I love when somebody underestimates our community and then we show up and we show out. And I have been that example for multiple companies in my life. Now, I have never had to sue a person per se. However, I do know that Cardi B sued TASHAK, and TASHAK probably assumes that Krishan is not legally capable or of carrying it out, which obviously she figured out right, because when you run in somebody's house and beat them up in the garage, it kind of negates your whole case that you even kind of have in GTA. So hopefully that if she was going to sue, that's what you do. You don't let your anger get the best of you. You keep it professional. You give them that little look. You give them that little look, that deep look in their eyes. You give them that little look, or you give them a good statement. And you don't threaten to do anything in GTA, but you give them that look in their eyes where they know it's time. It's that time, man. But it just says that Krishan made that bed. I don't believe it. And that's the thing too about stuff like that. People do not realize the energy that you put out on the internet. You get back. You get back. You get back. You get back for the 72,000 times. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if Obama came to the screen and started saying mean stuff to people every day. Obama would be on my list every day. Stop being mean, and I'll stop talking about you. That's it. That's all. Like, I don't understand why anybody wants thinks that anybody's going to advocate for people being mean. Like, that is just so weird to me. She wrote they mocked Jesus. I saw that. Rock responded and didn't crash out, shockingly. Well, they said that she ran up in the garage and beat TASHAK up. Now, of course, everything in this video is alleged, and all content used in videos does fall under fair use for commentary purposes. Over here on BedTime, we actually add lots of commentary, comic relief, and advice to every single video. We do not speak on mental capacity and or physical appearance. Never ever on this channel once. That baby shouldn't be on TV and used for exposure. Again, I don't talk about people's kids and stuff like that. As far as if these days and age when it comes to the internet, I can't necessarily, let's say if I had a kid, I can't necessarily say if I would have put them on the internet or not, because again, I don't feel like I can comment on stuff like that when I don't have a child. However, there is some weirdos we know that come across the internet, and I already told y'all how much I hate like that Roblox and Minecraft stuff, all of that stuff where you can kind of go up there and just talk to younger people when you're a 50-year-old man or a 50-year-old woman or whatever the case may be. So I don't fly with that, but I came into YouTube in general as a couples channel, and most couples channels transform into family channels. They transform into having, children and kids in the house. So they don't, I'm not saying that the weird stuff is not happening on their end, but they don't, that type of negative toxic energy doesn't come their way, because that's not the type of energy they're putting out. When you're a part of a couple, your theme, without even knowing it, is almost love, if that makes any sense. If the love goes wrong, then that's a whole nother thing, like when it comes to Chrisean Rock and Blueface. But for the most part, people's initial thought when they go to your channel is love, because they want to see somebody in a relationship. So once you have a baby, they're not going to switch their thoughts from love to negative. Now, if you're already negative, you're up there fighting, you're up there screaming, you're up there yelling, and then people find out you have some offspring, that's when they're going to include that offspring and the negativity and the toxicity. It's hard to just pull negativity out of something that's showing positivity, or, the internet going to come for your SSA. You have to have some basis to do so. But thank y'all for turning up my comments. Never stop, never stop. I love to see all the comments. Even if you don't got nothing to say, make sure you drop moons in the chat. Either you're going to be turning up the comments or turning up them super chats, or you're going to have to get off, because I love y'all. I love y'all down boots. I do. But I do not work for free ski. So I either need the engagement, the likes, and or the super chats. Okay, moving on. So this is a quick one. Jigga and Kayla Gibbs have been going through it with their on and off questionable storyline relationship. But I seen a crazy video, and it's funny because it's actually on subject of him basically saying F her kids, F her, all of this. And it basically peaked from somebody originally saying that he said something about her kid. He said that he never did. But when Kayla Gibbs got on the camera to address him about it, this lady had her, well, she didn't do it on purpose. They were in the car, as Tommy says, per usual, and they were in the car, and I guess the children were overhearing what was being said about them, or what could possibly be said about them. And I remember J-Rock, that one time when he had that issue with apparently about the, bull do show the kids something weird, he claimed that the kids were, talking mess to him. So they was in there talking mess back and forth to all of them, Kay Gibbs, her kids, and Tino were up there, just going at it. But y'all, and that's why I haven't posted him in a minute, because y'all know I do not play those games at bedtime. Don't do that. It's one thing to troll. It's one thing to talk about, I don't do it, but it's one thing to talk about people's parenting skills and all of that stuff. But to directly direct your hate towards kids, which we know happens a lot on this sector, even though, I'm the problem, is completely a problem for me. So I haven't posted him in a while, but he did drop some tea basically saying that Khaled been all up in his Riri in this mode. I gotta get to it. Basically that Khaled has been all up in his stories, looking at his stories, looking at his comments, basically trying to insinuate that she missing him something. Like she missing him something. J-Rock went far on that one. Oh my God, T-Nash, like I was taken back from J-Rock when he did that. And honestly, I think it's funny because clout, as much as people say clout is a drug in GTA, some people do not realize not having clout. And shoot, I'm talking about some people don't realize. I realize that not having clout is almost safer for you. If J-Rock had the clout, let's per se, that, you know, ALVO, Tommy, or SHAMAR had, um, what he said he was going to do, no matter what the situation may be. Like, I don't care if somebody punched you in your face, okay? If you said that you was about to show them kids your mess because you were upset with them, you would have been all over the blogs for all of the wrong things. So sometimes keeping a lower profile is the, I ain't gonna say best thing to do, because if you're doing stuff like that, it should unfortunately be exposed, or maybe awareness brought to it that things like this are happening. But yeah, it was just crazy to me. So I think that that's the thing too, and I realized that because it's like the more I go up in numbers, it's just like the more and more hate I get. And it's not even on purpose. I promise it's not. I just came in to make my content just like everybody else. You don't have to. We say it and everyone has an opinion. Krishan who knows what to prevent a healthy pregnancy is her own fault. You don't have to say I appreciate you. As a child with his, there is no way. I completely understand. Oh, of 8, okay. Mama was doing that thing. And that's a blessing, man. I think a lot of people want to have as many kids as they can afford. I saw this crazy thing, this YT guy going off on basically SNAP benefits. I said, oh, they said them folks used it more than my folks do. Clearly they wasn't lying, because they was up there crashing out with my no clout self, man. I'm telling you, keep the clout low, keep the clout down. I'm telling you, you do not want the clout. And I think it's so funny because bedtime, I can guarantee you 100%. And usually I don't pop my itch, but I'm gonna tell y'all, tonight might be one of them nights I pop it, okay? But usually I don't pop my ish. But when it comes to clout, I never chase it. And the thing is, it's not chasing it because I don't necessarily want it, because clout is nothing. I love all these new words that they have for all the new age things. Clout is nothing but PR. It's promotion. It's how much people are talking about you. It's how much what you're saying is spreading, how much influence. That's why these people on the internet are called influencers. Clout is nothing but PR, or how much you spread, or how much people are, you know, watching you or sharing your content, or any of the sort. So to me, having clout isn't the biggest thing, especially when you're not getting any money for it. But I can guarantee you, I have never clout chased. And again, not because I don't want it, but because if you're just a worldly person in life, then you know exclusivity sells. Exclusivity sells. And what I mean is, when you're not friends with anyone, when anybody can't sway your decisions from liking them or not liking them, or clocking T on person and not clocking T on the person, it makes you more attainable. When you cannot be manipulated, it makes you more attainable. So I think it's so funny, and it's rarely said, but I think somebody did call me a clout chaser once, or said that I was happy that SHAMAR called me. One, SHAMAR called the wrong blogger, so I couldn't even give a reaction to, or the wrong reaction channel, so I couldn't even give a reaction to him even speaking to me. But never one time did I reach out. I made sure it was on my list of things to do, that every single person who I spoke about in my videos, whether it be even, you know, Kale, whether it be J-Rock, whether it used to be, you know, that person who did too much and I don't talk about him on my channel no more, anybody, I make it my business for them to reach out to me first. Because when you sit here and you watch this content, it's very easy to see what they like to use against people. So you just got to play your role and play it smart. But at the end of the day, exclusivity sells. So when you make sure you stay yourself at all times and never get connected to anybody, no matter what type of backlash you may get. And thank you so much, T Baby Sanders, for turning up the chat. I love it. It's good. The birds needs to sit down somewhere. That's why it blows me when they get upset when people cover them. I thought that was the way. And it's so funny to me because I'm going to say it out my mouth right now because I'm telling y'all, bedtime is going tonight. We are being used. Bloggers, reaction channels, clip pages that post stuff on TikTok, clip pages that post stuff on Instagram, YouTube, wherever it be, we are being used. These folks come, they blow up off the bloggers, they blow up off the reaction channels, no matter if the person is talking negative or positive about them, they are so happy to have it. Oh, I'm the blog queen, I'm the blog queen, everybody talking about me, everybody post me. As soon as they start getting those consistent views coming in, I don't need the bloggers, I don't need the reaction channels. Since when? If you didn't need them, then from the very beginning, and then I love how folks use this bias word. I'm not gonna clock it because it wasn't even really a thing until my channel came around. But not specifically on the whole internet. I just mean with this sector. But the whole bias thing. So we like to say this bias word when it's associated with negativity. Have y'all noticed that? I think people really do not know what the definition of bias is. Well, I'm saying I think I don't, but it's obvious in the way they use it in context that they don't. Because somebody's sitting there saying, I love you, they're my favorite. That's bias. Very much so, but they don't get called out. So and so loves me so much. They're biased, sweetheart. And that's why if I was friends with Tommy in real life, if I was friends with SHAMAR in real life, if I was friends with ALVO in real life, I would have a very difficult time running this channel because that's fake and that's phony. Even if it's my friend, I'm going to tell her, hey girl, you know you're doing wrong, but I'm not going to go on the internet and tell them, hey girl, you know, my friend is doing wrong. That's some complete two different things. So when you really want to use the term, even though it's already being used incorrectly, make sure you point out when it's actually being used properly, because it only seems to come into play when somebody doesn't say something that they like. But when somebody says they like you, they're not considered biased, but that's absolutely biased. I watched a video the other day. Sorry, y'all, I'm not reading as much comments because I'm ranting. I'm going. I watched a video the other day of somebody. It was, y'all know the NLE Chopper and beef and the NBA YoungBoy beef dropped. And there was, a channel. I'm not sure she's a blog or reaction channel or, just a clip page or whatever she really considers herself. And she started off by saying, I really used to like NLE Chopper. But he responded to me in a video basically saying that he didn't like her commentary on him or something of the sort. She said, so now I don't like NLE Chopper. I do not like him. But now let's compare his song to NBA YoungBoy's song, and let's see which one I like the most. We can already guess which one you want to like the most. You specifically started off it saying that you do not like this specific person. I have never one time. I do not like and or dislike anybody on this channel. I do not know these folks. You could think somebody is the nicest person, and then you meet them and they're the meanest person. You can think somebody is the meanest person and then you meet them and they're the nicest person. That's why it's always important to point out the good and the bad. However, don't ever underestimate humans, and that if you keep pushing the wrong buttons, that bad that you claim only happens might just be foreseeable. I looked at it that way because your reacting channel sends people to their pages as well. They know that. That's why we have gotten all of the shout outs that we got. That's why 2 months ago, the same man who's saying he want to take my channel down was over there. I done caught me to the tea too quick. Was over there yelling, I'm gonna take her to the top. Because if you go or I go, we go together, baby. We is all a well-oiled machine and trained. I missed you, Mommy the W. Thank you. And hold on. Hold up. Chicken noodle soup. Chicken noodle soup with a soda on the side. We got Reeves, turning your girl up on the back end, and y'all know I love that tax free. Thank you so much for supporting the live. I really appreciate y'all. I love y'all so much. I'm so sorry I have not been live in a month, but I promise I tell y'all your girl got to make her coin. Life been lifing, but it also been giving. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I do work very hard on my content, so I definitely appreciate all of the support y'all give. And Ellie has a right to feel how he feels. I completely agree. And that's one thing I'm a big fan of. A person is never going to be that person all in one, but transition does matter. People who apply change does stand out to me. I don't care if the change is only for 2 months. I don't care if the change is only for 1 month, because that 1 month that you were putting out positive content, it's spreading. That 1 month that you was putting out something good, it's spreading. If you putting out negativity 365, 7 days a week, that's the only thing you're spreading. Why can't you do the both? Why can't you do the good and the bad, in my opinion? Just because you live your lifestyle a certain way does not mean that you have to influence others to live that way when you know it's not correct. Or not, I don't want to say correct, or it's not perceived in a positive light. I miss you more, Maya, Reevy. Clock that in. I love you, Reevy. Oh, y'all better stop it. Y'all gonna be over here blushing, cheeks hurting and whatnot. Okay, y'all. So we're gonna slow down on that a little bit, because you know what I'm saying. We're gonna get into that, because I'm telling y'all, it was an hour-long live. Woo wee! And now it's not, and I also got a compliment from that same person who said BedTime doesn't dwell on things. She clocks the tea and then she moves on. But we're gonna see how that flows out. Now, shout out to Big Marco. Besides all of the drama that he's been in lately, because we definitely gonna get into that, and him and Mr. ALVO been going through. But we are going to right now. SHAMAR has been doing his thing, staying booked and busy, and y'all know he had a couple of days off, so I guess that's when he had time to link with ALVO. But when the new manager, when SHAMAR goes on bookings, his new manager pulls up. He picks him up. He takes him to get a haircut. He has clothes for him, even though people are claiming that SHAMAR is wearing his manager clothes. The tags are literally being popped off of them while he is wearing them. So maybe SHAMAR's manager walks around with tags on his clothes and then gives them away to other people for them to pop the tags off of them. But it's usually a very, I don't want to say intimate because that's a weird word, but it's usually a process that includes his management team very strongly. So it looks like when that happened, the two separated for a couple of days, but things have seemed to be copacetic. But in the meantime, between time, SHAMAR look like he's trying to stay somewhat focused, and we're going to get into that, and then I'll be right back for y'all while I play it.
Y'all already know what's going on. It's Big Marco, and y'all already know I'm finna come take over iHeart Radio, and you know what's going on. Let's do it. What up? It's your boy Big Marco, and I'm with my boy. What's your name again? JG. One on 101.1. W.
There it is.
There it is.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let go up. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Don't get me copyrighted, SHAMAR. We're about to get to the interview part in just a second, y'all. Make sure y'all smashing that like button. Thank you so much for almost 50 likes. I appreciate everybody in the chat.
Hey, take your bitch on a Friday. Boy, get ready.
Oh, I thought they did the interview little part, but SHAMAR little interviews be cracking me up because he just got no filter. He just be saying whatever. He talking about, what's your name again? And that's what people fail to realize. They like, oh, they laughing at this for SHAMAR. They laughing at that for SHAMAR. SHAMAR don't care what you laughing at him for, as long as he gets those keys. As long as he get those keys. But shout out to him for being on iHeart Radio. And his last interview that he did on a radio show, he did post on his YouTube Live. So it would have been nice to see that one as well. But over here, regardless of what the folks say, and yes, that's shade, because it's truth. And I was talking about all of those terms earlier, where these people have this thing. Throwing shade is apparently saying the truth. Trolling is apparently lying. What is it? Yeah, it's just like all of these new terms. I just can't get with it. I can't get with it. It's like they make up new terms for words, so they make the situation not seem as bad as it is. Will, man, Willing, would you say, baby? My boy, what's your name again, bro? He took me out, boy. We all family. I got all my bandits with me. I can't deal with y'all right now. Okay. I'm loving the comments. I love it. I love it. I love it. Make sure you turn up the chat. Turn up the chat. Turn up the chat. Hey, Kels. Welcome in. Sorry if I didn't see y'all. Welcome in. Y'all know I like to shout out all my bedtime bandits. I'm scared for y'all, though. You know what I'm saying? Apparently, it's a war on bedtime, so I don't want to be shouting out no names, and then y'all already know how that goes. But okay, so let's get back into the tea. Now, I already went over Jigga. We all already know Khaled out in New York doing her thing. The tea has been leaked. I think the TV channel on Instagram. Khaled is apparently living in a shelter, and she says she's thriving and doing her thing in New York City. I can honestly believe that, and I believe that anywhere on the East Coast. I mean, the East Coast in general just takes so much better care of their people. Now, I don't know what they're doing over there in the West, all the way over there in the West, because I know Cali, got their things going on, but in the Midwest, not so much. Over there in, those East, those blue states, they really take care of their people. So the shelters are going to be available. The food is going to be available. The public assistance, the housing, the assistance facilities and stuff that they need. I had insurance for $25K. I said $25K, $25 a month when I was in the East Coast. And I cannot tell you, I probably was going to the dentist and the doctor like every 6 months just to like catch up on everything. When I moved to Texas, I think my insurance, we went from $23 to about $500, and that's not even including co-pays and the additional stuff that I have to pay for on top of that. So I believe, and I always believed in that. I don't know, y'all don't know much about me. I don't tell y'all know about my personal life, but the East Coast too is so much more mobile. So I believe in self-individuality. If you need a place to go where, hey, it's like, I got me. I know I got hustle in me. I know I have grind in me, and all I need is an opportunity. I really believe the East Coast is where you go. Not only do they have systems like New York and DC where the trains run 24 hours, they cost $1. You could literally get from Virginia to Maryland to DC with $1. Literally. You can get to work with $1. Literally. So there you can get yourself together, get up for work, put your clothes on, go stand at the metro, ask for $1, and get on the train and go to work. In my line of employment, what I do have employees. I have bought people 9-slip shoes. I have bought people, uniforms. I have even bought people suits to get them ready for that next step. Hey, you don't got it right now, but I see the potential in you. I see the potential in you. So what we're going to do is we're going to give it to you. We can give it to you. All you do is got to keep it. So I really think that the East Coast is a good place for Khaled to be. Because again, it's a very self-sufficient area where I believe places like Atlanta, Houston, I don't know really what else over here, Colorado, those are the places where you need a vehicle. Those are the places where you got to call a person and say, hey, can you take me here? Can you take me there? No, you get out there and you make it happen on your own. And again, that's why bedtime doesn't go for the excuses. Nobody has any idea how bedtime's background is, what I came from, who I came from, or how I grew up in any way, shape, or form. All I know is I never made any excuses. I got out there and grinded. And I think that would probably be the number one thing if y'all did know people in my personal life about me and what goes on with Brittany. They would tell you that it ain't even about a hustle, because a hustle ain't what I do. Hustle is, a little here or there. I literally make ish happen. and that's 100. Like, and it's crazy, but that's why at some point I am going to open up my other social media platforms to y'all, because this side of the internet is so negative and it's so toxic. You can't even highlight things that you have worked hard for. People want to say, "Oh, you act like you're so educated because you mentioned that you have a degree." Why can't somebody who spent 3 to 4 years in school, grinding and crying and paying, not no free education, but paying, still more than likely, I'm not still in debt, thank Jesus Christ for my student loans, but more than likely still in debt for your student loans, but you don't want me to talk about the fact that I went out there and did it because you don't have it. I'm not going to down you because you don't have it, because we know there's millionaires who never went to college. Okay? But when you take your hard-earned effort to go and do something, and you know you do it the right way, with integrity, feel free to pop your ish. You're not going, you talking about your degrees? Yes, I do. The same way you talk about how much money you got in your bank account every day. I think a lot of us have money in our bank account. You don't see us up here saying, my bank account will gag you. Like, stop it. Oh God, I cannot with folks. And then I like how when folks are up one day and down the next. Like, 1 second somebody's getting all the views and you're mad because you don't even got any views over there. You're mad because you don't got any views over there. And then when their views aren't coming in, they all of a sudden stop talking about views. It doesn't switch to, hey, you're doing good over there, you're grinding, you're getting your views. No, it's you're not getting any views. I watch, I ain't gonna say watch because I don't like to say that. I observe a lot of different other channels up here. People go up, people go down. It is the way YouTube algorithm works. Nobody is controlling it. You can push out good content all of you want, but sometimes the algorithm and the favor just isn't on your side. So some people who may not be getting as many views as you may be giving out more better advice than you. Who knows? Sometimes I click on channels with 2 views and I'm more interested in the video than I am with a person who have 100K, because anybody who knows YouTube bases the algorithm off of consistency and what you're already talking about, and then popularity. So it doesn't matter if you have the best information in your video, the one that's the most exciting or the one that's more popular is what's going to go off. So the fact that people always are trying to compare it, but then they never compare it when they're on the down end, it just be crazy to me. Again, I'm just letting it all hang out tonight. Okay, who's next on the list? Okay, so SHAMAR and ALVO. SHAMAR, I heard the craziest live stream. I think it was on Instagram. So if y'all don't know, SHAKINAH Joe from Love and Hip Hop, who was friends with SHAMAR first. Obviously, SHAMAR was friends with Tommy for a long time. So he was friends with Tommy for a long time. And SHAKINAH basically became friends with both of them. And how it's supposed to be. They fell out, but she's still friends with them both. So she constantly tries to bring them back together. Now, I did see a lot of comments saying that basically SHAKINAH is keeping up the beef between Tommy and ALVO. SHAMAR consistently trying to get them to rekindle their friendship. However, this is how I feel about posting videos. Even if SHAKINAH Joe isn't the one initiating it, y'all are going to initiate it. I see people in the comments all the time. Oh, why can't they be friends? Oh my God, they shouldn't be friends. Oh, they should be friends because they was never real friends, so they shouldn't be friends. Or they was friends, or I think they should be. Everybody has their opinion. So that's the same way I feel about the content. I heard somebody say on another video that somebody found out what somebody said about them from watching a blog channel. They found out what somebody said about them for watching the blog channel. And somebody called that blog channel messy. How can that blog channel be messy when you the one saying it on the internet? What don't you, you're saying something, they're posting it. So what you're saying is you want to talk about people, but you don't want them to know that you're talking about them. And once a person informs them that you're talking about them, then it's messy. Like, what? And you act like they sent them a message, a direct message, and sent the clip and said, hey, look, so-and-so is talking about you. Even though when you speak about somebody, to me, if I talk about somebody out loud, I want them to hear it. Why am I on the back burner, on the back end, talking and I don't want them to hear it? Like, that's crazy work to me. That's some frou-frou, scary-ish. If I say something about you, I want you to hear it. You're going to be mad at me because I posted it, and obviously this isn't me. I'm talking about an actual blog channel or something else. But it just be crazy to me, the excuses that people make up for your own actions. Thank you, T Baby. Thank you so much for turning up the chat. But so Shamar and Shekinah Joe were talking, and ALVO came in the chat and told Shekinah to keep his name out her mouth. She said, I don't talk about you. Now, that was 100% cap. I just heard Shekinah on a live the other day, and y'all, I think it was in my video, which we're going to get to, where she basically told Shamar that ALVO is a cute little piece of ish. And even if you don't talk about consistency, what makes you think you can call something? This is what I'm saying. They be coming at me. I am so thrown off. I would never call anybody a piece of ish in my life. Before I got on the internet, I would never call anybody broke. I would never call anybody slow. I would never do any of that crazy low vibration mess. And then people claim they don't watch my channel, but the word low vibration is just all over the side of the sector all of a sudden. But like, I would never do stuff like that. So she said he was a cute little piece of ish. I'm sure he heard it because, again, like I said, they all watch my channel. And she said, I don't talk about you. But then it went down. I'm telling y'all, smash the like button for this one. Smash the like, because Shamar was clocking so much tea. One of his friends had to call him while he was on live and be like, yo, you was clocking too much tea. Like, you basically telling all your business. You giving it all out to the people right now. And y'all know that I think, as far as the back end goes, from the interaction I've seen between Tommy and the interaction that I've seen between her and Shamar, Shekinah is pretty well balanced and tries to keep the conversation on other people and not necessarily on, speaking about them, because it's hard to be friends with two people who aren't friends anymore, because you don't want to get into that space where you're talking about one to the other and this and that and this and that, even though she does get caught up in it. But when I have spoken, obviously, y'all know, to Tommy, Shamar, Honey Supreme, even via live streams with ALVO, when I speak to them, unless they're in the live stream or something public, I don't know if I would be up there trying to get the tea from my friend or trying to get them exposed, like asking about their, their bedroom, boom, bedroom, boom. My love will be wait. Okay, my bad. But either way, I wouldn't. The stuff that is basically going to get views. So she was asking him about a lot about what he does in the bedroom, him and ALVO, and what he's been doing lately, and if him and ALVO have done. And she was just going into a whole lot of things that kind of prompted Shamar to give out the tea. So again, ALVO was in the chat. ALVO said, while you're up here, now, if you don't know, Tommy and Shamar was on live stream the other day. And while Shamar was talking, and I made such a good live, but either way, while Shamar and Tommy were talking on the phone, ALVO basically, quote unquote, told Shamar to get off the phone, and he did, quote unquote. Now, I don't know exactly what he said to him via text messages, but he did chime in. So the same thing seemed to have happened this evening, but Shamar wasn't going for it. As he said, why you up here? And, like Shekinah isn't his friend. And, so Shekinah started going in on ALVO. But then she started asking Shamar, was he a bottom? And again, I do not know why what these folks do in their bedroom matters to anyone, unless you want them to bring you over, bust you down. And I'm not talking about Shekinah, but that was just a weird question to me. And I think it's also a very weird question to come from sometimes from people outside of the community, because if you're in the community, majority of us are versed. There really is no rhyme or reason to it. Of course, you have a preference, something that you majority do, and we know majority rules. But every now and then, you might try something a little different. It happens. Just because you do something one time or a few times, or you like to try every now and then, does not mean that that's your main thing. Obviously, most people consider women to date men. I date women. Have I dated men in the past? Yes. Would that make me straight? No. You know what I mean? It's your all overall preference, what you feel like you could be for life, what you feel like it's just one of those things to me. So asking about what going on in the bedroom is crazy to me, and then saying, "Oh, I don't think you're a bottom because A, B, and C," and y'all got to hear it because she was just saying some crazy stuff like, "Oh, you stand up," and all of that, and I'm like, so bottom stuff don't work? I didn't know that. I have plenty of friends in the community who are men, and they have never told me that they stuff don't work, whether they are bottom end or the top. Now they might say they don't want you doing certain things, but to say that it doesn't work is crazy work to me. So long story short, Shamar ended up giving up the tea. Did I get them likes yet? Oh, I didn't get them likes yet, so I don't need to get into it. But Shamar ended up getting into the tea. Let me read some comments because I need to at least get to 60 likes before I go into this next one. He stay messing up a drop. Yeah, I can't deal with y'all. I think they actually like it because you got to be yourself. I think those radio stations, that's why they leave in those clips. Because if somebody, like, people record things all the time and then they mess up. Like, let's say you're doing a commercial and you had to remember something, you probably gonna forget about whatever the hell they was, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna say forget about it because you're a professional, but you forget lines here and there, and they usually clip them out and then just redo them. I think a lot of people keep those clips in from Shamar because that's how he goes viral. That's why they had him on the radio show in the first place, was to bring the humor to it. So, and to promote song, but his brand is humor and social media, rants. So I think half them people leave it in on purpose. His Angel Herman, welcome in. Y'all, I do got the super chat pinned at the top. We got the support pinned at the top as well. The super chat go. And the more we get support, the longer I stay on live. If not, we'll just wait to the video and break it down and bust it down. Okay, thank you for the likes. I appreciate y'all. So Shamar basically dropped the tea that him and ALVO have not done the do yet. And of course, this is not tea to me because I could really care less. But a lot of people right now are kind of in this balancing phase of whether or not ALVO really likes Shamar. And I'd be so confused with people on the internet when they act confused. Somebody come out their mouth and say, "I never liked this person. I used this person." They just told you. Why are you questioning what they just told you? They just told you out their mouth. And that's why everybody got a problem with me, because it's those receipts that I put in. You mad because what you said today isn't the same thing you said yesterday. And now people got to figure out which one do you actually mean. We got people saying that their feelings are hurt, but then saying that their feelings aren't hurt because it was all a clout chase from the beginning. Like, what? But Shamar said that him and ALVO have not done the do yet, and that he is continuing to do himself. Not, I don't mean it in that way, y'all, but he's talking to other dudes. If the opportunity come up to get bent over and bust down and passed around, he say he's doing it. Shamar say he is not going to be played with this time. Now, whether or not y'all believe that or I believe that is neither here nor there, because all of these folks are grown. But Shamar was up there popping it, saying, "Oh no, nobody ain't living in my house. He doing his own thing. I'm doing mine. Basically, nobody's gonna play with me, so I'm not doing it this time." Kind of thing. So he says that he's not off the tee, and I already knew things were gonna be a little funny when the new manager team came around, because it's not new because they've been there, but it's natural. If you're going through a phase where you're in a process of a come up, and then you have somebody next to you who is already on their come up, your natural instincts are going to say, "Hey, they can help." That's natural. Whether people want to call it a clout chase or opportunity, it's natural. Even a wife work from home and her husband has a good paying job, she might try to go start her up a business because it's natural to kind of aid and feed off of each other. But the difference is when you have already publicly came to the internet and say that you basically use people for those opportunities. people are going to be less likely to give them to you because they don't know what your intentions is, if that makes any sense. Because from the very beginning, I didn't think that SHAMAR should have helped him in the ways that he wanted. But I do think that, yes, couples, it's a team. It should be a team. It should be a power team no matter who's up and who is down. But there are certain restrictions when you're coming to the internet saying, yes, I was jealous that they went to the club with all these celebrities without me. They were invited by all those celebrities. You were not. You know what I mean? So the fact, and some people just can't do that. Like me, I can't date a military person. I just can't. People can say, oh, they're taking care of the country. Oh, I need my boo right here with me 24/7, 7 days a week. That's just the way I roll. We go on work trips, we go out of town every here and there, but I want my boo with me. So I completely understood both ends of the spectrum, but the whole thing of getting on the internet and demanding it is not a demand. It's a consideration basically that you would have for somebody that you actually love. But I knew when the new management team came around, it wasn't going to be a thing because I have never seen so many like creators getting into it with management, if that makes any sense. Like the way Fendi came out and basically blamed ALVO for messing up whatever relationship, it's her and SHAMAR still talk, but whatever, business deal, the fact that a whole record label and a whole artist can come out and say that they are choosing not to work with a person because of their significant other speaks volumes. Like, I don't think I've ever seen that. Have you ever seen like somebody come out and say, hey man, I can't work with 50 Cent, man. 50 Cent wife is just too crazy, man. Hey, I cannot work with Steve Harvey, man. Steve Harvey wife is just too out of hand. You get what I'm saying? Like, the fact that they are so entwined in the business is I think where supporters felt like it was a using tactic. But as I say multiple times on my channel, you cannot put facts on feelings. Some people, like we have people out there who love people who unalive the people they love. And I truly believe they love that person. People have weird reactions to emotions, and they also have weird reactions to their own emotions, and sometimes the people closest to them are just collateral damage. And yes, y'all, I'm rapping tonight. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. People really don't understand when a person is in the military that they don't deploy at all, like they used to. Just excuses. You said that they don't deploy. I don't care if they deploy, got to go do a weekend, got to go three days, 4 days. And I ain't going to say I don't care because obviously I appreciate all the people in the military. My brothers, I actually come from a very military family. My brother is in the military. All of my girls' family started off in the military or retired out or any of that. So we highly appreciate it. But I don't care what nobody say. I'm not losing. It don't matter if if we had jobs that weren't the military and we just traveled way more frequently than we do, that would not be the preference for me, because I'm not going to be in a relationship with somebody knowing something hurts my feelings and then start to blame them or lash out at them knowing that that's the way I met them. So if I meet you and you travel and you're like, hey, I got a job and I travel all across the world 24/7, and I'm like, okay, knowing in the back of my head, dang man, I really don't like when people travel all the time. And then every time they start traveling, I'm like, oh my God, you always traveling. Why would I even get myself in a relationship like that? If that makes any sense. But I've been in for 22 years. You better do that thing. And everybody who I know in the military love it. But I'm talking about my separation from my girlfriend, not necessarily the military. But congratulations to you. How long are you going to stay in? I know that they're all jobs. They're all jobs. And some have different variations of how frequently you are gone. So anyways, I ain't gonna say that they're beefing, but SHAMAR basically said he's doing his own thing. ALVO was not happy in the chat because SHAMAR was also speaking on a lot of his exes and Karante and all of these other people. But then a lot of people are saying, why do you even care if you ain't even, you know what I'm saying? You ain't even doing your thing. And I think it was Tommy maybe who said that, like, he probably engaged SHAMAR now. And I honestly thought it would. I didn't know, because on TikTok, ALVO be over there saying, oh yeah, I'm about to get in that. And I think, I'm going to drop the receipt if I can find it, because I have been recording so many videos. But he even said, like, oh yeah, I'm going to get in that to TikTok. But was you really going to get in that? Or was you just keeping Shamar on the line. You know what I'm saying? Keeping Shamar on the line. All right, who's up next on the list? We got Kale, we got TIK. We don't need to get to Telvin. We don't really know him on this side, and we definitely not going to start promoting no DV people over here. But ALVO has been getting into it with some dude named Telvin, who apparently puts his hands on women on TikTok. And the dude Telvin, like most people, came for SHAMAR and ALVO because SHAMAR is the clout. Let's be real. So if you can get both of them to kind of have some type of beef with you, you're going to get clips and you're going to get views, and that's why you made it to my channel. Now, I know y'all here for the big T, but I'm going to play a few parts of my video. And
saying that he didn't want any channels
to 100 likes, since we're not doing them super chat goals. When we get to 100 likes, that's when we're going to talk about what y'all want to talk about in depth. But right now, let me just play this video. This is so funny. She might talk about give a little honey bun.
What they say, give him?
I love honey bun. Eat this to him and give him the honey bun. And they really, they really give me one honey bun. Or is that the cookie? Wait, what? No, they gotta be for cookie. They ain't no damn honey bun.
Man, look, check this out, man. Y'all motherfuckers.
Yeah, that was so.
First of all, don't be mentioning my name.
Give me a little honey bun. Oh, yeah. That was so funny to me, boy. Give a little honey bun. Nigga really hurt.
What they say, give him?
I love honey bun. Eat this to him and give him the honey bun.
And somebody in the comments said that SHAMAR should do reaction channels to I think they said like interrogations or whatever. My girl saw the comment, she thought it was hilarious, and then a couple of y'all were liking the comment, and I have been saying this forever. If anybody talked to SHAMAR manager, and I know he a guy, so stuff like this probably do not come up in his radar, but I really think, and when it happens, y'all, when it happens and it go up, make sure y'all clock it on BedTime, since I'm not allowed to give myself credit for anything else. But SHAMAR should definitely do a Cardi Tries. And I say Cardi Tries because she's the only one who did it, but it wasn't on TV. It was like a Facebook series. It was a very good series. And basically all Cardi B did was go try to do different professions every day. Like one day she was a race car driver. One day she was a tennis player. She might be a lawyer, might be a judge, but it wasn't like, it was comedy because she was in it, but it was more so like, I want to see you actually try to do these things. Like have SHAMAR be a baseball commentator. Have SHAMAR sitting up in the pit doing a baseball commentation. How do you think funny that would be just to hit? Because a lot of people know SHAMAR has a distinctive voice. So I think, you know what I'm saying, SHAMAR is a basketball player for today. SHAMAR is a doctor, a welder for today. Like who knows how crazy that could be. So y'all make sure y'all clock that in when SHAMAR do get that deal. Nick, Nat, Daddy, Wank, give me a bone. If you start to act crazy, then you let him go. Go. Thank you, Nikki. I appreciate y'all, man. And I'm going to tell y'all, I appreciate the people who have been here from day one. And I love all my new supporters. I really appreciate y'all because all of the backlash I get, I do realize it brings people over to my channel. So again, I think the people in the Bussy Bunch think that they're the only ones who talk about me, which is so funny. The same way they go Google their names or YouTube theirs, I do mine. I have multiple blog channels speak on me. I have had a blog call me 72,000 different itches. It happens, bro. Like, and I hate sometimes when I have to come up here and clap T on me, because then I'm missing T on the real reason that I came for the content, if that makes any sense. But the people who have been here from day one and could hear the truth before, what I want to say before, which happens. It takes a minute to build trust. People have to constantly see you putting out accurate information. They have to see that information holding up and it holding to be accurate. They have to see your personality. They have to see your interactions for them to basically trust you. So I put in the receipts because I don't think anybody should trust me. I don't think that you should trust anybody that says anything, not even Google, if it ain't coming from the right source. You should always do your research, and the reason people call something research instead of just looking something up, because research is looking at multiple different forms of information so that you can compare those forms of information to what's actually accurate, not just looking at one thing from this site that might say this one thing, if that makes any sense. So the people who didn't have to, I didn't have to prove anything to them for them to rock with me. I really appreciate that. Who could hear the genuineness from the beginning, I appreciate that. And to all of the people who see real, I appreciate y'all too, because y'all only here because you've seen how real I was, and how much I dropped receipts. And what's crazy is when you build a status like that, which y'all can see even in my intro, I believe everything BedTime said. I could use the power that I have or the influence for the same things that other people use it for, to spread only negativity, to bring somebody's career down, to say something, because I'm again, like I said, BedTime is going to pop her ish today in this live. Folks claim they never needed me to defend them. Yet BedTime is the only reason that certain subjects are not spoke about in this sector on the platform anymore. And if they do get brought up, they don't go as viral as they used to, because people feel some type of way when I shut it down. As grotesque as they claim people are, I claim if you say that they have this, why you worried about it? You must want to bend them over and bust it down. When people start hearing stuff like that, like, I want to do what? If I'm wondering about this, I want to do what? Oh, okay. People were saying that they wanted to cancel certain people. And I said, hey, if you want to cancel them, you're going to have to cancel everybody on the internet who talk like them. Not only do I make money off of them, okay, which I have said 100% times, so people throwing it around, you're using my content, I'm the clout, I'm the plot. You're supposed to be the clout. You're supposed to be the plot. Thank you for the content, which I have said 72,000 times in the video. Unlike the biggest person in the room always knows when to give credit, when to be the humblest person in the room. You're not the biggest person in the room if you cannot let down your ego. Of course, I make money off Tommy, ALVO, and SHAMAR, constituents and associates. That's obvious. If you, let's say this, I do not make videos on Cardi B. I follow Cardi B on Instagram. I follow Cardi B on Facebook. I follow Cardi B on YouTube. I follow Cardi B on every social media site. Do you not follow your favorites on every social media site? So if I'm making money off you, it's probably a smart thing to do to follow you on every social media site. Or is that just me? So I think it's funny how some people gaslight people into thinking that people are offended by you calling them certain things. Bloggers and reaction channels, they know. We know. Yes. I'm going, like, if you're on Facebook, yes, we definitely stalk you on Facebook. We definitely, like, on social media, but social media and real life is two different things. Can't speak for other people, but I'm not trying to figure out your address. I'm not trying to get you locked up. I'm not trying to get your page taken down. I'm not trying to, that's where it becomes personal. That's when it's obsessed. That's when it's stalking. And I have never one time on this channel called anybody obsessed, but I have heard other people call people obsessed. And the same people they call obsessed do exactly what they do. The same people they call stalkers do exactly what they do. So I don't think it's more so on the platform about what people do. It's more so about the fingers that are pointed at people for doing the exact same thing you do. And you can get mad at it all day, but nobody's ever going to let up because it's natural. Even if you never watch one of these people in your life, when you come watch and you hear them talk about other people, you're like, well, hey, I like you as a creator, but I see you do these things all the time. So why is it a problem when they do it? So thank you. And thank you to all my BedTime bandits for turning up knick-knack handcrafted super chat. Please make sure y'all at least get 5 likes to every super chat because they are supporting me. They are supporting your entertainment right now. Thank you to everybody who's been in the live stream. Thank you so much for the likes. Thank you for bringing the receipts without name calling or degrading anyone. 4, thank you so much. Not you. You've been making it rain on your girl lately, and thank y'all for making. I really appreciate y'all because, like I said, I never recommend y'all defend me. Oh God, for it to me, but I never recommend y'all defend me in any way, shape, or form because you can't logic with ignorance. Even if somebody's watching something in front of your face where they said, "Hey, I don't know, like my TV is brown," and then they point the camera at their TV and the TV is black. Unless they're colorblind, people are going to assume you deliberately lied or you don't know your colors. That's what they're going to do. They're going to assume something is wrong with you to where you don't know your colors or you can't see or you're colorblind or you're deliberately lying. For what? I don't know. Maybe to askew some type of perception or whatever the case may be. But when people can see that this person is constantly talking nice about you, constantly pushing the positive side to where nobody else sees it, and all you choose is, I ain't gonna say choose to focus in on the negative, because you do focus in on the positive. You focus in on the positive so that you know what to say negative things about. So when people see that, they either think you're one, deliberately ignoring it, which makes people think something is like, wrong with you, or you just don't notice it. And if you don't notice it, what difference does it make if they do it or not if you're not going to notice it? So I appreciate all of y'all who do notice it. I will continue to drop the receipts, nobody what anyone says, but I'm going to make that clear, like I said, 72,000 times. Any, I'm telling y'all, it could be the smallest look. I'm telling y'all, if I have any little inkling that something is happening to my channel after I have been nothing but respectful to everybody on this platform, when we have daily beliefs, yes, beliefs, because that's exactly what it is. If you want to go to the definition of what it is on this platform and you think I'm going to be ran off of it, or I'm going to be the only one who's not going to be able to post content because I keep it too real, you got another thing coming, buddy. It's not happening. Not happening, Captain. And I'm going to always do it on a high vibration. You can't tell me don't defend you because I don't listen. Knick-Knack, I can see Knick-Knack be bubbling up, boy. She be sitting there all calm. She be sitting there like, all right, enough is enough. Enough is enough, because people see it. Our supporters are the same supporters. My supporters aren't I have never seen any of my supporters in anybody else's chat cursing. I have never seen that. They might say something that you don't care for, but they're not cursing, calling you out of your name, calling you an itch, calling you a hoe, because if you want to put your opinion across, you don't have to insult people to do it. You usually get more bees with honey, but it's almost the vinegar stands out to these people. When I comment on y'all comments, if I see a negative comment, if it has cursing or it's calling me out of my name, they're gone. It's just, I don't do negative energy. If somebody's not agreeing with me and they want to have a healthy debate, oh yeah, I'm down for the dog pound. I know y'all seen those comments up there plenty of times before, and I've even seen y'all in the comments, trying to dive in, or saying like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Like, this person is incorrect or whatever the case may be, but I'm going to leave it up. Why would I take something down on when somebody feels like they have genuine information to add? Like, why would I do that? But I don't sit up here and delete people just because they have a difference in opinion of me. Most people who have a difference of opinion, either one, just don't state it, or if they do, they make sure to say it politely. But even if y'all, it's almost like positive comment, negative comment. When I see y'all positive comments, they are either my first thing to reply to or my last thing to reply to, because I want to make sure I respond to the comment genuinely. If it's something super nice or super kind, I want to take my time and respond to that comment. If it's a quick, nice comment, I want you to know that I see you and I appreciate you, so I'll give you a look back. And the negative ones, I promise you, I probably go through negative comments at the end of every week. They are literally not the standout to me. People literally focus in on nothing but negative comments. We about to hit that super chat goal playing with y'all tonight. Yeah, Knick-Knack Handcrafted did not come to play, and she usually doesn't. They already know what to do to that super chat goal. All right, y'all. So before, I've been drinking too much coffee. You really been helping me with that, because the Leo in me get, not me helping. Don't do me like that, T-Notch. And that's why I've never called myself this. I have on my couples channel, but without I ain't gonna say without knowing it, but anybody on the internet, whether they get 1 or 2 views, the people on the other end consider you an influence. Whether you realize it or not, that's why people don't realize. I say Bookie Butt, I say the Don Dada, I say, or whatever, whatnot. Those little things that I have picked up from watching them on their channels shows that I watch them. So when you're claiming that you don't watch my channel, but little quirky words and stuff that I say every now and then, you're constantly repeating in your videos, because I'm gonna be honest, how we got people over here calling folks low vibration? That's just crazy to me. You can't call folks low vibration when all you do is give out low vibrations. You usually don't even, you literally don't even mention it. Like, you only give out low vibrations, only. But you tell somebody else they got low vibrations, but where did you get that from? We got people being congratulated and not a hater. Where did you get that from? Who are you watching? Who are you listening to? Where that's coming from? But it's only a problem when you have to admit to it, which is crazy. And again, the biggest person in the room can always humble themselves down. I have taken plenty of little quirky terms and sayings and all type of other stuff from other channels. Because it's natural. If it's funny or it stands out or it's cute, just like Clock That T. Do you hear Shamar around here saying, you know, he even said it, like, there's plenty of things. The dance. Oh, he made it. I just made it go viral. It happens. It's nothing wrong with giving credit to where they do, but when you act like you're not doing something where people can clearly tell the influence that they have on you. So to know, not like that because I know y'all all grown, but to know that somebody is thinking, hey man, today I was going to turn up on this mofo. But you know what? Bedtime said, or not even Bedtime said, I see the way Bedtime reacts to people calling her 72,000 inches. And this is the way I'm going to react today. And I think it's funny because I think people think that it's a choice. That is my natural personal self. I have employees who are older than me. Imagine me talking to somebody who is older than me, disrespectful just because they have to listen to what I say. Imagine it. You have to learn how to talk to people. Imagine me being mad at one person and crashing out on another person when they didn't do anything. Imagine me calling somebody slow, calling somebody ugly, talking about somebody's disability, and I have employees under me. Do I want to get my company sued? Am I trying to get sued? It's almost a natural factor in me. So even if I get to the maddest tip top that I ever do, things like that won't come out of me. Like when I did have, y'all know I had an argument with my neighbor that one time. The things that was coming out with my mouth is facts. The thing is, when the facts sound like insults, that's when people get hurt, because the facts can sound like insults. Like I told her, you're dirty. I wasn't calling her dirty because her skin was dirty. I wasn't calling her dirty because she didn't take showers. I wasn't calling her dirty because I knew what the inside of her house looked like. I was calling her dirty because she left her trash bags on her porch for 3 days and everybody got gnats. That's when she turned up. Okay, when you hit people with the real, that's when you get. She said, my kids, they're gonna run around. They're gonna run around. I said, what kids you know run in the house? There's no home training. Set her off again. When you hit people with facts, even when it's in an argument, they have nothing to do but react with anger. So there's a lot of things about bedtime you could probably hit on, but none of them that I've fed to you over here on this channel, because some of us are cognizant enough to keep our personal business to ourselves and to know better than to come on the internet complaining about it once someone hears it. I said my full name up here one time. One of my subscribers messaged me and they were just joking around, but they called me by my full name, and it took me the hell back. It took me all the way the hell back, because they weren't trying to find out any tea on me or expose me. They were just saying, hey, hey. And it threw me off. And I'm like, oh, okay. That's really how I'm saying, it wasn't on purpose, but you need to know how to regulate your own information. But thank you, T Nash, for saying that. You have I find myself rewording things like no, no, no. And that's the thing too. I worked in HR for a very long time. And if y'all know what HR is, those are the people in the company that you work for. And you go to and you say, so and so is making me feel uncomfortable. So and so is harassing me. So and so is talking about my disability. So and so is discriminating against me for my age. So and so is discriminating against me because of my orientation or who I like to date. That is the person that I was for a lot of years. So when I'm trained in literally not how to offend certain classifications of people, why would I do anything different on the internet? I could have 5K subscribers today and 1 million tomorrow, baby. I want my brand deals. Do you think people going to be pulling up clips of me from 5 years ago saying, hey, she might be this person now, but let me show you what she did 5 years ago? No. If you're that person, be that person. And that's what I want to get into. If you are somebody, and thank you again, Nick Nack, y'all. We got 5 more super chats to hit the super chat goal. We do have we got the support pin at the top if you want to do that. Obviously, no obligations. But if you're wondering why I have not been on live stream in a month, that's the reason why. I get most of my coin from my posted videos, and it's definitely smarter, not harder. And that has always been a thing in my life. But that is what I wanted to get into this video. We had 100 likes yet? So then we get to the 100 likes, then we're going to get to that tea. Rewording things like no, no, no. And it's funny that you reword things like no, 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 because I see people, and that's why I need to start my YouTube class, because I see people. Sorry, I'm drinking water. Who attempt to, they do the same thing as you, T-Nash. They'll say, hey, I can't say this word on YouTube. So let me switch the word to a word that's more presentable from YouTube. And the word that they switch from YouTube that they know they can't say is actually either a worse word or a word that will get you right in the same category. Sorry, my baby texted me. All right, hold on. Hold up. Wait there. Because I want to start off from the beginning. The beginning. Okay, so y'all know I already told y'all. Fallon in the building with the blessings. Fallon in the building with the blessing. You better watch me, don't stop me. You better cut me, you better lock me, don't stop me. I promise y'all, I'm gonna start them courses for y'all, because I really want to. YouTube takes so much work, and I really believe if you do not know how to manage your channel, no matter what you say, you're never going to make it big on YouTube. You can make it very close, but you're always going to be looking over your shoulder. And you just want to run. YouTube has weird ways of, you could be doing something for 5 years on YouTube, 10 years on YouTube, making $1 million a month. And then all of a sudden they would just come through, run your whole channel down, do a whole review on every single last video you got, and then you're out of there. So I would love to help people, just understand YouTube a little bit more, and what can and can't be said on YouTube, and what you can and cannot do on YouTube, just because I want people to be able to start up their own channels. And like I've told a lot of y'all who have even hit me up about content, whether it be on TikTok, hey, or Instagram, if you don't want me to put my watermark on a certain video, or you need a certain clip to add to your storyline, then I will do that for you. However, y'all know this is a reaction channel that uses clips to put together a storyline, and to also have people respond to things that were said about them. I don't like summarizing people's words. I like to put in what they actually said. So if somebody says, hey, so-and-so said this about me, I like to put in what so-and-so said about them, and not say, hey, so-and-so said this about so-and-so, because that's the whisper effect. Y'all remember when you played that little game when you was little, and you sit there and you whisper in somebody's ear one thing, and then when you go around the whole circle of whispers, by the end of the whisper, the whole message that was said at the beginning is not the same at the ending. So people don't really believe the fact that receipts actually help them to know exactly what you said, because I could be sitting up here making up anything, saying that you said anything, even if when you didn't really say it, and half the people gonna believe me and half the people might not. But the fact that anybody believes me is the problem when there's no proof, rhyme, reason, or receipt to it. So receipts actually help you from people not being able to do the absolute most and people not just being able to make up things and run with things and people believe it. And I think that that's why this sector got an issue with me. Because the things that people used to believe without hearing proof, they now question. And people don't like that, because if lying is how you make your money, somebody coming in with the truth is going to do what? It's going to do what? And I don't even have to answer that. So even if I'm not trying to make an issue, that's what's happening because people are so used to something. And now, before I get into the rest of this, yeah, I'm giving it tonight, y'all. I'm giving it tonight. Give it to me, baby. Everybody want to make posts. I was just there while I got it. And I'm going to read this before I get into it. And it's crazy because I don't type these things. I don't think them up. I don't write them. Somebody else clearly did. So when you see stuff that somebody else wrote or produced and or clocked, it means that this situation happens frequently. They don't hate you speaking up. They hate that your words destroy their lives because truth threatens the fragile control they've built. Now you got to break that down. The fragile control. Fragile, we know, means it can be easily broken because you're barely holding on to it. When honesty breaks through deception, it forces them to face what they worked so hard to hide. So if I'm telling people, let's say I'm telling people, because I could hide a lot of stuff from y'all right now because I'm a faceless channel, even though I know a lot of people in my chat have seen me already because I do have other channels. However, I can sit up here and say, y'all, I'm 7 feet tall, okay? If I say I'm 7 feet tall and y'all don't see me for 5 years, but y'all follow me for 5 years, by the end of those 5 years, you're probably going to think that I'm 7 feet tall because I have been singing. You have no reason to believe anything otherwise than me being 7 feet tall. But I'm saying that I'm 7 feet tall while I got 35K subscribers. Then I get 100K subscribers. And now the fact that I'm 7 feet K tall gets passed around. And somebody's saying that I'm not 7 feet. I'm probably going to contest that. I'm probably going to say that it's not true, even though it is true, just because I have built I ain't gonna say my platform, but because I have already built something that if it were to crash down, people would start to question everything else I do. Even though it would only be about my height, they'd probably be questioning everything else in my life. So that is why people get threatened by it. They take it as a personal attack when it's not an attack on you. I could pick up any story on this internet and my perception would be the same way. I just so happened to pick up this story, posted it, it went viral, and I worked smarter, not harder. So I continued to post it. And that's just it. That's all. But my opinion would be the same on anybody in this sector. So let's go back to the video because we're going to lead up to what y'all want to talk about in the video because I need to get to my 100 likes. Because yeah. So we're going to lead up to it because if y'all watch, if you're a real bedtime band and you watch this video, then you already know what went down. And that's why you're here. And thank you to everybody who's been holding it down in the chat. I love when the likes match the views. And who did I get that from? ALVO. See, there's no problem with giving credit when credit's due. I don't know what lump be in other people's chest that they can't give folks credit, but it's weird.
Give me 100 bucks. It's not the cookie. Wait, what? Come for you, so don't come for me. I don't know you.
I'll be right back. Watch this little part, y'all.
You don't know me. We don't know each other. Never seen each other. Never met each other. So why you come for me for? Nigga, you from New Orleans, my baby. Don't do all that.
Man, look, check this out, man. Let me tell you something, you heard me? Oh, this nigga, ALVO, you.
Oh, here we go again.
You and SHAMAR, old bent back ass, you heard me? Check it. Big around here speaking on me, you heard me? And you all obsessed about a nigga, you hear me? Got my picture as your profile picture. Big obsessed. Shamar, your old bent back ass nigga don't need to be even speaking on me. You done really dumbed yourself down. Real talk.
And I notice that people say that a lot. And this is not, I'm not reacting to a whole video, y'all. We just skip through, maybe play clips and then talk a lot to my bedtime bandits. But anybody who has beef with anybody, even Jigga has started to do it. He everybody keeps name dropping SHAMAR every time they're upset with either ALVO or Tommy or anybody, just so they can kind of throw it in there. It's like,
you done dumbed yourself down. What old bum ass, you hear me? Busted discussion and can't be trusted ass nigga. Bitch.
damn!
But you just, like I said, SSI Entertainment, you the same person.
What's your sign, T-Nash? People swear I'm so outspoken, like how I feel. I just keep it real. And mind you, too, I do nice things. I'm considerate. I'm not nice. And what I mean by that is I feel like what some people consider nice is, I'm a Sagittarius, so I don't know who knows much about a Sagittarius, but I'm a December Sag, mid-December Sag. So directness is literally at the top of the list. If you hear anything about a Sag, direct is 100%. Now, you won't hear mean, but that's where I think people get the confusion in. If I'm my homegirl, and all of my friends that I've had for friends have been my friends since high school, so I don't have, random friends. And that's how I pick and choose who are going to be my friends. If I'm standing with my homegirl and she's like, oh girl, I would never do that. She's stupid for doing that. I would never do that. I'm gonna be like, girl, you did that last week. Girl, I know I did that last week. It's like, okay, I'm just making sure we don't need to dwell on it. But you ain't gonna sit up here and lie in front of my face either, whether it's a kiki or it's a funny. You're using something to talk about somebody else, talking about, oh, you would never do that. Girl, you do that. It's just 100% real. Like I do. And the thing is, when you do, like, people, my friends are the same way to me. Like right now, you're like, oh, damn, I'm right. I obviously have my ways. Y'all don't know them. Y'all don't date me. I have my ways. Best believe me. Bedtime is a spoiled brat over here, baby. Okay, understand me. I have my ways 100% for sure. I'm not perfect. No human being is. But to not want to hear what you're doing wrong, to not want to hear what you could probably improve on better, just means it's a issue that you probably can't fix when you don't want to hear it.
That's trying to now date Mari that was living with Messy Maj.
My bad, you been saying you was a Leo. So, but either way, we ain't gonna get into Amoy and Telvin and all them crashing out. Now, ALVO had, it's funny because ALVO say people eat, and I don't know if y'all ever heard the term silver tongue. ALVO has a silver tongue, and what that means is he's very quirky and crafty with his words. So we want to look at it.
Are not meant to be played with.
A boy, y'all the most two delusional people on this app. You got one man who think he's a woman, and you got another man who low-key want to be with a man, while up here projecting.
Don't sit down. You really got me from speaking on.
We ain't watching.
He took that girl out, bitch. Her God made Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve.
So ALVO has been calling this dude out for putting the pause on women. And it's funny because nobody wants nobody to talk about them. And what people fail to realize is the people that we're starting to do in this sector they talk about people just as much. I done heard from ALVO, Honey Supreme. He talks about me. He talks about Tommy. He talks about SHAMAR. He talks about Telvin. He talks about Fendi. That's a blog reaction channel. You're no longer talking about yourself no more. That's a blog, and there's nothing wrong with that. But to say they talking about me because I'm the plot, well, these other people are clearly your plot as well. Is that a problem? Like, I don't get why it's a problem. But either way, ALVO has been talking about this guy putting his hands on women, and the man basically said, well, I got a problem with dudes dating dudes, but you don't hear me up here judging you. But boy, ALVO had to come back. Don't worry, y'all. We're going to get into the tea. I just got to get my 100 likes. Smash the like button, double tap the screen, or smash that like button right below the video. Drop your girl a super chat. But we're going to get into it regardless. Yes, indeed, slick as bacon grease. Yes, girl, he got that gifted gab. I don't know how anyone takes ALVO seriously, girl. I don't know how anyone takes any of them seriously. I think people think that if they yell it hard enough at the screen, then it's going to hold more weight. I think people think if they cry and it looks somewhat real, then it's going to hold more weight. Anybody who can admit to me that they have fake cried on cue at least even one time is enough for me. It's enough for me. I have never in my life fake cried. If anything, I have had to try to hold back the tears because I don't want nobody to see me crying. So to fabricate some tears, to try and manipulate somebody's brain, mean that you operate that way in life on the normal basis. Character is a thing for a reason. So I don't know how anybody takes any of them seriously, but boy, it was funny to me.
I'm disappointed in you too, my nigga. But guess what? You don't hear me over here. Worry about you over there getting.
Y'all spend time together. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So God made Adam and Eve, but you be Eve like Steve. I just don't understand why. If God made Adam and Eve, why you beating her like she's Steve? The thing about it is, you saying God made Adam and Eve, but you putting your hands on that woman like it was a man, all because you want her to go home. Why would you say tell her to go home?
Let me ask you a question. Did you see me? Let me ask you a question.
Let's go, y'all. Rub me up.
Did you see me beat Elise?
And did y'all see Mr. Honey Supreme and ALVO T?
ALVO, you little dirty muscle. Like, stop playing with me, T. Like, you're mad because at the end of the day, like, I'm in my own lane over there to SHAMAR. Like, and you did all that, still not up. Like, who me? I got my own job. I'm doing my own lane. Stop mentioning me.
Flashback. You got mad because I ain't want to get with you. Like, boy, you lost, and you keep on laying.
How many numbers you got on nothing? You still not, nigga.
Now, this is weird because Honey Supreme and ALVO got into it because ALVO was talking about Honey Supreme on another live stream, and ALVO said that Honey Supreme posted about him. But y'all know I follow Mr. Honey Supreme, and I didn't see any posts about him, and I was available that day. And again, character is a thing for a reason. We're gonna start calling it out. So first, we got people fabricating cries, and we have seen. I'm not saying ALVO did this because I don't have the proof, and Honey Supreme didn't come out and say he didn't make the post yet. So I can't speak for ALVO. I can't speak for him. I don't have the receipt on that, so I cannot do it in any way, shape, or form. But the fact that we have already seen people on this side of the internet fabricate fake posts. They will say, "Hey, so and so was in my chat talking ish to me, so this is why I'm talking about them." What? Knowing that they weren't. So-and-so sent me a voicemail talking about me. And even though I'm not going to play the voicemail, I'm going to talk about them. So-and-so said this about me. And even though I'm not going to post the comment, I'm not going to post what they said in their video, I'm going to have a reason to disrespect them on my live stream because I said they did this. If you saw it with your own eyes and you can screenshot and screen record everything else, why is the proof always the thing missing? And even when folks think they dropping receipts, I don't even think they know what receipts are because they don't even align with what you're trying to prove. You're just playing some random recording out loud, speaking over it so that the people in your chat can't really hear what the recording is even saying. So all of that gaslighting and trying to pull the wool over people's eyes so that they don't actually see what you're doing just goes to show that as somebody is going to lie and say, "Hey, this person has said mean things about me," knowing this person didn't, that just goes to show the level of what you're willing to do for not only views, but anything. They talking about they need a Tubi movie, and everybody keeps saying they need to do a Tubi movie, they need to be on Zeus. I don't know why all y'all want to take all my money. The Bussy bunch right now, they got all us getting extra summer money, clothes, extra trips, all of that extra stuff we getting over here that we wasn't getting before. I'm very blessed to have a salary, even though I'm sure they probably never even seen an offer letter in their life. Okay. Very blessed to have it, but who doesn't like extra money? Everybody does. So don't be giving my money away, because as soon as you get my money away, they're gonna be talking about acting like they talking about you can't put me in your video. But anyway, him and Honey Supreme got into it. I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but Mr. Honey Supreme seems to think that I got some control.
Boy, like, you just went back to SHAMAR. He dumped your ass again. Like, you look dumb. You look stupid. Like, take advice. Like do something wrong. Because you know why? I get out and work. I mean, nigga, I get out and hustle, nigga. I don't give a nobody say about me. I don't give no fuck these blogs, nigga. You to this from your from your mouth to you still ain't got no money. You on that bitch, like I said. You sucking that shit. You doing all that. You still ain't got. You still not.
I saw a comment talking about that scene of ALVO must live rent free in Honey Supreme head because he always talking about it, and I was dead in GTA. I don't know if it's true or not, but it was just a funny comment because they like, oh, you keep talking about it.
Room, or you still on some flow? Come on now. And when I get my teeth done, I'm gonna be y'all, Shuddy. ALVO said you want to use Honey Supreme Chicago for a storyline. Like, come on, how can a couple of you hoes keep on talking? Because guess what?
And I really want to get into the tea tonight. So if you in here, can you smash the like button? Because we're trying to get to 100 likes so I can go ahead and address a few things, even though I've been dressing it throughout the video. But, you know, just so I can be a little bit more direct.
So now it's going to be the past after I get done. Because ain't nobody checking for nobody that's sitting on their ass doing nothing. Well, you sitting on your ass not doing shit up, dirty ass. I've been born, nigga. I've been getting money on my own curve. Never need nobody to juice me up, hype me up, none of that. Fucking teeth to rock ass. Do not be checking resumes.
Exactly. And I'm going to lie, the Boy Honey Supreme was dropped at least a good 20 to 30 minutes of footage. I thought this was funny because not him reacting to my video in his story.
I don't really ride the train. Feel like that, G.
Oh, what is going on here?
Who I can give money to? Everybody around me, friends, all that, knew the world is just tuning in to me. I want to say the world. Interviewing you just be the game when you're trying to convince you.
He might be a little lit, but that man said he want to save the world.
I did. I 2 times. You came to my house. Like, drop receipts, you dummy.
Chicago. He said drop receipts. He said drop receipts. He said you said that I made a post about you. You said that I'm on all your Instagram pictures posting. Drop receipts. See, people don't like that I got folks asking for them receipts because it's hard to believe what a person's saying without any proof. People don't like to be questioned about what they think is the truth.
Dude, you don't know how to put in work on? Dirty asshole. Talk to him. Not talk to me. So don't be, or your ass gonna die.
Whoa. Okay. 12 more likes. 12 more likes.
Whoa. Hey.
What you finna get to? Like, you thought that you was playing with me? Let the games begin, ho. Bedtime tea.
And I'm like, me?
Tell you about ALVO, bedtime. Like, I'm off work. I'm in my 10 toes down, shorty. Standing 10 toes down in my own spot, bedtime.
And they're going to have to check in with me and see when I'm off work. I understand you was off work, but I was tired that day. And that's one thing I noticed. I don't know if some of these folks been timing it or not, but I feel like folks always come at me when I'm on my menstrual. I am not being funny. It's like, boy, when I've got a headache, my back hurt, I'm barely making it to work as it is. Then I got to go into my second job, and them folks over there eating me up. I'm like, oh, they must know my cycle came on. Yeah, that ain't got nothing to do with this, but I'm just saying.
Stop letting that little dumbass nigga say anything about me. Because at the end, that's in the ring.
Let me rewind this. Yeah, that made y'all miss.
These whole team.
And I'm like, me?
Tell you about ALVO, bedtime. Like, I'm off work. I'm in my 10 toes down, shorty. Standing 10 toes down in my own spot, bedtime. Stop letting that little dumbass nigga say anything about me. Because at the end, that's in the ring. Because you already know. These hoes can't give me a knockout, so they want to do all that. That nigga bedtime, stop letting that nigga talk about me.
This is impossible.
ALVO, you can't talk to me face to face.
He said bedtime. Well, I didn't do nothing. I know it may seem that way, but I promise. And you know what I'm thinking about doing? Because, you know, I'm going to let y'all in on my tea in a little bit. But if he just said it, he said bedtime, stop letting him talk about me. What you need to do is put us in the ring. Now, I don't know if he think I work for Kick or something, or I put people up for boxing matches, or, you know, things. What I could do is bring you up for a conversation with ALVO. However, I won't be included in it. Maybe more so to referee it. But that's the only thing I could do. I'm not in the business of being intertwined in the drama, or I'm not in the business of telling somebody to stop talking about somebody. I'm in the business of saying what's right, quote unquote right, and what's not. What's negative, what's positive, what's the truth, and what's false, if that makes any sense. But other than that, I don't have any control over anything, honey. But it was very cute. I think it was cute that he even mentioned it in that way, shape, or form. And then Mr. Honey Supreme, if you is in here, because I know I appreciate you being a bedtime bandit. If you is in here and you want to be in my, I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you in the back end. Don't worry about it.
Like looking good in my own work all the time.
Shout out to bedtime.
Yeah, we gonna play. We definitely gonna let that play.
December. Yeah.
Let that play. That's my song. Turn it up. I'm in the club, hot and sweating, burning up.
Yeah, I'll be in attendance. Go come snatch you. Yeah, all on stage. We don't play that. Don't come to my city talking. Yeah, Shamar, I'm gonna catch you.
In bedtime. Shout out to bedtime reaction. I'm out real bloggers, the real bloggers. Bedtime reaction always clock the real tea. Bedtime reaction. Bedroom tea, the news. That's a blog page. We're not a blogger. I believe everything bedtime. I believe everything bedtime tea say. Everything bedtime tea say, baby. I love reaction videos, and they are funny sometimes. Yeah. Bedtime reaction. It was big reaction. Bedtime reaction. They go bedtime reaction. I ain't mad at her because she's doing her job.
Hold on, let me pause this. You said he put your name all up in it. Exactly. And that's why originally when I told him you don't have to tag me, I didn't say that you couldn't tag me. That's not what I said. I said you don't have to tag me. I am a supporter because I watch all the time these videos. They are hilarious. I watch all of ALVO's videos. I watch all of Honey Supreme's content that he posts. I watch all of DITV's content that she posts. I watch Kale's content that she posts. Just because I don't post it on my channel doesn't mean I do not watch it. So when you tag me in something, the people who you tag in it are going to automatically assume that I have something to do with it. I get that you just want me to see it, but I'm going to see it regardless. Okay, that's my job to see it. But yes, you can still continue to tag me because I don't want anybody taking anything personally. But like you said, is you don't need to. I'm not a part of the tea. I'm just going to post it for you. What's your name? Wait, y'all. Wait. What happened? What happened, Tina? We gotta wait for it. Sake of my head, the issue's sad. Yeah, for sure. We try not to curse over here. Just edit it up for me. But it is sad. Oh my God, this man is crazy, yelling on the train like that. Girl, I feel like the dude who was asleep was like, "Sir, please." I think the people love bedtime reacts, but they just don't want to admit it. Twisted. I don't know about loved, but support. Yes, they support without even wanting to, because I know there's no question about it. Before, y'all used to tell me like, "Oh, they said what you said in the video," or "They're doing this like you do in your video," and I could care less. But because I do watch their content so much now, I really start to notice. So even if it's not a love thing, one thing you're not going to tell me is that you don't watch bedtime, because one, you couldn't respond to what bedtime is saying if you didn't watch bedtime. And two, bedtime is apparently the only blogger reaction channel to ever hit Tommy's court case. How can you not be watching me, but I'm the only person on your videos? Then you're telling people you don't watch me, but I made it to the docket. So if you don't watch me and I made it to the docket, it's either one, you magically know things about me without watching videos, or two, you just don't do research on things that you have on your docket, which is crazy to me, which we all know is cap. So I wouldn't say it was love. Hold on. Oh yeah. I wouldn't necessarily say it's love, but I definitely do know they watch, and it's annoying that they expect you to constantly give out credit and constantly give out positivity. And I ain't gonna say give it out, because I dig deep, I scrimmage through, I scrape through, and I plunge through. I don't want to use the word plunge over here, but I do all of that to try and find. For 2 weeks straight, I highlighted how Tommy was attempting to not talk about SHAMAR and ALVO, how he was doing good things. I have had people in my comments saying Tommy the Gossip isn't really giving out any of his money. He's giving out his supporters' money on the giveaway, so it's not really his money. And even if it's a bedtime bandit or not, I comment back and I say, understand me, any money that my supporters give on my behalf is my money. Because if they're my supporters, they're only giving up this money because they support me. A person on the street can't go say, hey, give this person $100 so that they can do an interview with me, because they don't have that support or connection with the people. I have the connection with the people, and that's why they are giving up the money. So it is his money. People have even said, oh, he's not, the same thing, like, oh, he's not giving away his own monies, but he's still the only one giving away money. And it annoys me that I can be the only one, because bottom line is negativity sells. If I sit up, negativity sells. So when I say good things, I've heard y'all get on me about saying good things about ALVO, Tommy, and SHAMAR just because they come at me. But you don't want to highlight those. So when you say them and you want to completely ignore them like they never happened, when nobody else in the sector is saying them, it literally makes you look like you have a personal issue with that person that has nothing to do with the videos. But we're going to get into that because I already know what the real problem is, because he said it multiple times. But when somebody talks 375 days a week, things get lost in the sauce. But I need to finish reading y'all comments and get caught up. I think people love bedtime, right? You can't control people. Exactly. I guess you're supposed to run in front of his words. Girl, he probably thinks you're ALVO handler. Girl, y'all better stop. That was a comment, not me, Pisces. I don't know. And I'm like, if you watch, well, I guess he don't watch ALVO videos, but I'm like, if you watch my videos, then don't none of them like me. They like me sometimes and they don't. Even when I talk to Lady Supreme, he's like, oh, all you spit is the real. And I'm like, that is absolutely true. But the real, if I spread something real, Honey Supreme, that might be real, it might be real, but it still might make you uncomfortable. It might be real, but it still might be something that you don't want people to know is real, if that makes any sense. So you might get upset with me too. Now, I'm not saying that he is going to, but I just inform people that it's a strong possibility. If something truthful comes out about you that you may not like, it's still going to go up whether you want it out or not. The only stuff that isn't going to go out is something that you may submit to me that you do not want to be shown, but you have personally gave it to me. Like my supporters, when they send me tea, some people want their name on there because they want to get it on and pop it. And some people say, hey, here's the tea. I don't want anything to do with it, kind of thing. So, that's always an option. But just finished last night. I got to get caught up. Okay, Burgundy, welcome in. Go ahead and get caught up, because this is I'm an hour and 45 minutes in for y'all. Shout out to everybody who left me super chats. Shout out to everybody who supported your girl on the back end. I really appreciate y'all. Y'all know I have not been on live in a month. So let's get into the tea. So as y'all know, I don't know honestly what went on, because my last video, I actually got onto SHAMAR a little bit more, because SHAMAR was basically, like I told y'all, he was on the phone with SHAKINAH and Tommy. And when he was on the phone with SHAKINAH and Tommy, there were some accusations being thrown around. And I'm going to tell y'all, this is why I'm surprised after that. Let me play it first.
So good in life where you don't need to put yourself back in a position where who want to bring you down and steal from you.
And this is Tommy and SHAMAR on the phone.
And have you in lawsuits. You got to understand that. I understand you probably like him or anything, but remember that, SHAMAR, you doing too good to go back down the drain. No, SHAMAR, come on, let's wake up, SHAMAR. Let's wake up, SHAMAR. You know ALVO stole from you too. You know he stole from you.
Flashback.
I hear that. Tommy said SHAMAR stole from ALVO stole from you, and SHAMAR said no, he didn't. He helped me make money. So as I do for everybody, I put in receipts.
The reason why he deleted each number out his bio is because either wasn't really working on him and wasn't really focused on him.
And when we found out she took that money, we took that money out the bio because we wouldn't even buy for her. Oh, hold on, babe, we both take easy days prior, Xing what bookings we got left and what's the information to the booking. So it's just like we didn't even know who he was, because we knew who he was, we would have reached out to him and seen that he sent a deposit and seen what we could do to fix the situation.
When you even talking to me, I don't even know that man from a can of pain. The girl either let us know that I have.
And as you can see there, obviously, ALVO is saying that Izzy stole SHAMAR's money. Allegedly, I'm not saying it. ALVO is saying it. SHAMAR is saying that Izzy stole her money. And I thought it was one booking, but when I went back to go look at all the videos, SHAMAR said it was multiple bookings where people were calling him, telling him he needed to show up, and they had already paid for their money. ALVO agreed to it because he was quote unquote SHAMAR's interim manager, if they even know what that means. And right after that, Izzy and
the money to a different. So all that try to.
What happened to the money? It's not my motherfucking money. If I said that she took the motherfucking money, then I said what I said. Okay, what's next?
That's crazy. If I said that she took the money, okay, what's next? So you're agreeing to the fact that Your best friend took the money, but you still gonna hang out with her. And you had the booking information in your profile for them to even contact to give the money to. So you not only are still hanging with the person who scammed him, but you were a part of it because you had the booking info in your profile on who to call, and that's how it led up to Izzy. So I was really confused about why. I don't know if people was sending this man stuff. I don't know if he was sitting up all night just staring at the comments. I don't know what was going on. But the last video I made was actually in his favor. Now, again, I'm not in anybody's favor. Tommy said something that was truthful. SHAMAR said something that was untruthful. And to prove what the truth was, I put in the receipts. So it's not only for one way, it's for two ways. So I was really confused when I'm basically agreeing to what you're saying in the video. So when you doing your very next video to come out is about me, when the last video you made about me, let's not forget, like, because we don't want to keep going back to all the other ones because they change emotions like underwear. The last video that you made about me, you were going in on ALVO, telling ALVO that he should be grateful because I'm the only one who kept his name alive from jail and that I'm on his side. But then the very next day, you don't say anything nice about me. You don't say anything nice about ALVO. One, why are you bringing ALVO into this? This don't got anything to do with him. Okay, y'all, they always try to use each other against each other as though it's going to affect the way I feel about any of them than I already do. It's not going to. But the fact that these people switch their emotions so much, that's what they want me to do. They feel like, oh, let me go hop in her live chat. Maybe she won't drop a receipt on this lie I said yesterday. Let me go and give her a shout out on my channel. Maybe she won't post my real, I don't know, whatever. Maybe she won't clock my receipts tomorrow. I'm still going to clock them. Nothing you can do can make me untrue. That's what they say. Like somebody could literally give me $1 million. I'm gonna say, hey, yo, I appreciate the $1 million, but I'm about to go like clock this tea on you, right? Like I cannot be paid off. Maybe if I make another channel or some other different subjects, I'm not saying that I'm not off to being paid off in general, but the whole reason why I continue on with this content is because I seen avenue that was not unlocked over here. There's a whole lot of people over here who only focus in on the negativity. There's a whole lot of people up here making you think that it's okay to bully a person every single day of their lives because you don't like them. That's what people make seem. I don't think it's okay. I don't agree. So they can push their factor on what they agree with, and I can push mine. Why is it okay to push negativity, but it's not okay to push positivity? But that's because the positivity is starting to cancel out the negativity with the same amount of entertainment, and people don't like that. So I was, I don't know what I was doing. I can't remember. I was not at home. It was night. It was late at night. I think that's the time frame. And I got a message from somebody on Facebook. And Tommy was on live going off on me. Yeah. And I was so confused because, like I said, this was the only video that I posted beforehand. Now, I know ALVO and Tommy both want to rip me a new one every time I put in one of my clips that says we're twins or we have different faces. But inside, we same. And I don't care what anybody says. That is a fact. You're pointing fingers at a person for talking about people on your profile when you do the same things. The only way I'm ever going to speak on what somebody does is if I don't do it. So I cannot say Tommy is obsessed. I can't say ALVO is obsessed. I can't say SHAMAR is obsessed. I do it. I can't say that SHAMAR falls in love too quick. I do it. I can't say that, reposting people content isn't content. I do it. Like, these folks have really lost what logical means. So he was up there going off on me, and it wasn't no regular go off, y'all. I'm talking about screaming and yelling. And this is not the first one where it was an hour-long rant just about me. Both Tommy and ALVO have made hour and hour out more than an hour-long videos just only focusing in on me. Now, he tried to make it seem like it was about all bloggers, but by the end of it, you could tell it clearly was only BedTime. And shout out to my bedtime bandits because y'all was eating down. And I'm gonna try to play a few clips that I don't have in my video up here for y'all, at least when y'all spoke up. But it honestly doesn't need a response because it was at least 6 people in the chat saying the same thing, like, hey, I don't know what you're talking about, but she does say very good things about you. But just because she says good doesn't mean that she has to ignore the bad, and she's not going to. And it was so many of y'all in there turning it up that he had no choice but to respond to it. So when there's 10 people in your chat who see the same thing you don't see on a video that we know you watched because you commented on my video the other day, you make people think that you're deliberately missing things or you specifically want to lie on this person. That's what you make people think, because how is everybody else seeing it and you just not seeing it? And I know a lot of people like to talk about other people's supporters and say what other supporters do. Supporters are just that. They're supporters. It's not their responsibility to tell people what's true or false or fake. They're there to get their entertainment. They don't want no problems. But do I think they know the real? 100%. Because every time I get a shout out, it also brings me traffic to my channel. So I have no problem with the shout outs. I do have a problem, with the shout outs, even if they're in a negative vibe. I do have a problem with folks claiming that they're going to get my channel taken down, though. That's where I draw the line. I cannot believe I've been on live with y'all for this long. So we're about to go ahead and get into that. So we almost made it 2 likes away from 100. Come on, y'all. Let's do it because we get it's perfect time and we leading up to it. But I want to play.
Now you're the only one who still wants him. And that's why supporters say it's one thing to play with people's hearts, but it's a whole. Y'all let me know.
I'm trying to find a part, yeah.
I had a booking because his manager
Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna try to find the part so y'all can hear it. It had my bedtime cover over it, so I don't know. Let me tell my girl I'm still on live. Babe, if you're watching my live, I'm still on live. Hold on, y'all. Let me go. I'm trying to go to my video so I can get to the exact point for y'all. Hold on. Because I put it up underneath my bedtime little emblem, so I can't see what part it is in the video. I think it was shit. I know it was towards the end of the video. Y'all remember where it was at?
Deleted it. If he did post it, not him getting no honey supreme.
Damn. Oh, there you go. Damn. And it being that's for way to utilize my knowledge of YouTube. These folks think they can post it nice. All right. All right. Yeah, I think it was around. Y'all ready? He was going. Hold on, y'all. Everything okay? Babe, everything okay? What? Hello? Yes. Hey. Why? I would need at least 30 minutes or so to even kind of figure that out. You said y'all said y'all gonna bring her? Hold on 1 second, y'all. In just one of them days. All right, y'all. I'm not gonna get off task. Y'all done did y'all thing. Y'all done got me to my 100 likes. I'm not even gonna entertain that. All right. So it looks like it. Sorry about that. Thank you to everybody who waited. Thank you for getting me to 100 likes. Let me get to the part.
Well, I will stop on there being stingy with them likes because I didn't even bother y'all the whole video. Do your girl a favor and make sure you smash the like button right below the video because I know I didn't have all the while spewing out negativity and toxicity. I honestly don't get what this obsession is about lying on bloggers. I am claiming that no one posted his charges were dismissed, but earlier on in the video, I dropped a receipt of me wishing.
I literally just found it in my other video where the part was. I really want y'all to at least be able to hear.
I made it for my mom.
Oh, now my own video want to give me a commercial.
Passed away last year.
All right, now I really found where. Thank you to everybody. I just gave my like. Thank you. No hate, just pure entertainment. I like Honey Supreme. Lies don't like for their truth to be told. 100%. Honey Supreme always threaten people who needs to fight someone or shut his dango mouth. I really don't like people who do that either, but I could completely get it. Like the stuff that these people be saying on the internet about people in real life, you would not say that in front of their face. And I think that that's why people get upset and say that they want to put the pause on people, because it's a whole lot of internet gangsters. Everybody wants to say whatever they want to say over the internet, but if you really believe what you say and you the G, then stand on it. I literally, nothing that I would say behind somebody's back, I wouldn't say to somebody's face. And I think that that just makes people anger bubble up when you're saying stuff about them that's either true or untrue, that are usually quote unquote fighting words, but then you don't want to fight. So it's like, why are you sitting there being mean to me or keep coming at me? So I get where the anger comes from, but I don't obviously condone it. One thing I can say about Tommy is he run his mouth. He definitely got hands. LOL. I've seen him throw down with many. LOL. I think all of them are willing to get in the field. I've seen a couple of clips of Tommy, a couple of clips of Tyra, even a couple of clips of poor little SHAMAR, and all of them are willing to get in the field. And usually when you do come from certain type of backgrounds, you gain that ability because you've had to protect yourself for so long. I remember, especially as a man in the LGBT community, because I remember in DC, there was actually a gay gang in GTA. That sounds crazy, but it was a gay gang. And the only reason it started is because they were sick of the straight dudes walking around, bullying them, messing with them, picking on them. So they started their own gang. And I'm talking about them dudes was built, buff, body. They was all of the above. It was like 1,000 Honey Supremes. So when you already know you got certain things to protect, I think that that's kind of where that inherently comes from. I love when you told him indirectly about the guidelines in detail. Listening to those YouTube guidelines, their channel will be taken because Tommy and ALVO, those two don't adhere to nothing. And that's the thing. How long have I been doing this channel now, y'all? Almost a year. It really feels like yesterday. But since the SHAMAR and ALVO and T broke through, I never highlight that stuff. Even when they're talking about reporting someone else for doing something, I'm never going to say, hey, you reporting them for doing this, but let me tell you what you do. You do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Okay. I'm never going to do that because I know subliminally what goes through people's minds when they hear that somebody is breaking guidelines. It doesn't even have to be based off bedtime. If they don't like this person because this person doesn't talk to them the way they like or give them the attention the way they need, as we can see has going on with a lot of people's channels and the drama that they have even from their own supporters, when you have that come out, it piques people's thing. And that's why I don't like the subliminals either. They come out, oh, this blogger does this blogger. One, stop lying. Two, just say whatever name it is. Because if not, you got all these people assuming who it is and assuming incorrectly. So yes, there's no way you're going to point out things that you think I do wrong that are incorrect when you're doing things wrongly on the daily basis. It's like, I'm not sure if they even listening to the videos properly because I don't know what comes off in my voice that you think that I'm going to ever lay down easy. Like, I don't know why would you ever think that? But yeah, he went in on me.
especially when they're already grown, and learn from their own mistakes. But not only is Shamar back in the drama, but now he over there capping too. Because just a few weeks ago, he was on live claiming that ALVO was the reason that he lost all of his money with his Fendi deal, and that ALVO and his best friend never scammed him, which, as you can see from the prior receipts, doesn't seem to be the case. Whatever happened in the past happened, but denying it will. When I say it was too much tea for me, I really mean it. And contrary to what folks try to make you believe when they're upset with me, you know I support everyone in the Bussy bunch. So if you want to see the rest of the debacle unfold, you'll have to go over to ALVO or Tommy's channel to check it out.
I don't let it play because I keep skipping past it because it was such a short clip.
Shamar deletes most of his live streams after they are posted, and lives on Instagram don't save. Now, it's one thing for ALVO and Shamar to rekindle their relationship. It's important to let folks grow, especially when they're already grown, and learn from their own mistakes. But not only is Shamar back in the drama, but now he over there capping too.
Don't judge me. I'm not even gonna tell y'all what I just did, babe. Y'all gonna notice. Y'all gonna notice. I'm so sorry. That's why we can't find the part, because I'm on the wrong video. Oh no, I'm not. Now we gotta watch a damn commercial. No commercial.
Since he got back with his ex, the internet has been in shambles. Recently, he had a booking in another state, and supporters and foes speculate that things are no longer necessarily peaches and cream. You know what I'm saying? That's fine. Okay. Not only was ALVO broadcasting from a new location, discussing saving for his new apartment, being tied a hotel.
I swear, everything's trying to mess up my night.
In the subject. Now, woo-wee, I know that was a lot of tea. Bedtime Bandit still
Right, here you
locked and loaded. So I'm definitely never going to block my blessings by stooping to low vibrations. I'm definitely not afraid to utilize my knowledge of YouTube. Since folks think they can control other people's content, or they can do absolutely whatever they want on there. Before I play y'all these clips that fall under commentary purposes, don't be stingy with them likes. Smash that like button right below the video. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that post notification bell so you never miss a video.
Y'all hoes kill me always to my something. He obsessed or stuff like that. Y'all ain't. Bad time reaction. She that she keep posting me. I'm gonna get her ass up out of here.
Oh no.
I ain't ashamed of what I'm gonna say. But she the one on. She the definitely number one goddamn victim that she gonna be gone. Cause she fake go with the wind, take her broke ass. I don't like that bitch. Her gay that hoe. Dead ass serious. I'm not playing. Report her page. She gonna report mine. Baby, let me let you know something, baby. Baby, they can go to Instagram right now and get on live and put my cash up. And you know how many people support me? I can go back to begging. And I promise you I eat the game up still. And then y'all got a nerve to call people slow.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
We say yes, bedtime. You read down about the rules, and that's the crazy because they keep telling. I don't know what a read is or whatever they be calling it or whatever, but my mama used to call it killing them with kindness. I don't have to speak on how you look or anything of the sort to do what you're attempting to do to me, because the difference in you and me is the things that I'm saying can actually be proven and are actually true. The things that you're saying are based off emotions, not true and untrustworthy. So y'all heard that was only a small clip of the hour clip. Now y'all know I usually only break down, bust down, and pass around videos just for y'all to know what the context is of the video, for people to respond back to people and to drop receipts. So dropping the entire video of him literally just going off on me for an hour straight is kind of pointless to commentate on. But I did write a lot of key factors down because we're going to commentate on them. So one of the first things he said is that I said he was obsessed. Complete total lie. Never said it a day in my life. Again, like I said, I would never call anyone obsessed because it's one of those things that are kind of, it's left up to perception. Now I will say something like, oh, it may seem that way, or most people consider people who do A, B, C, and D, E, F, G to be obsessed. But did I say obsessed? No, I would never say that, because that category can be like, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with my girl. I'm obsessed with work. I'm obsessed with overachieving. I'm obsessed with a lot of things. So I'm not going to ever try and put another. Shekinah was friends with Shamar and met Tommy on Instagram. Tommy was supposed to be liking Shamar. Yeah, I already know y'all wasn't watching me at the time. But before I started this channel, I said that it only took me 1 month to get this channel monetized. I made a video in Shekinah basically exposing Tommy and Shamar for having a fake relationship, and they both admitted to it. You tell it like it is about the rules of getting paid shut down, and that makes them mad because you can't be bullied. Exactly. And that's the thing is, I only started doing that now. It's a shame that I have to put it out there just because you were sitting up there lying, trying to get my page taken down when I have defended your page from getting taken down. I have literally, I don't care what nobody say, hands down, stopped people from trying to cancel Tommy. Hands down. Hands down. That's the only comment I've seen across my channel. Cancel, 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 cancel. I told you I can't cancel him. He my money. And if you cancel him, you got to cancel everybody else on this mofo who say anything negative, who constantly talk about people's disabilities. And it's a whole lot of them folks. And then there's a whole lot of folks who are in the medium, like Messy Mondays. I don't like the fact that he called females BITCHs, even though he might say it in a more upward mobility, but at least he drops receipts. At least he actually goes to do his research and will talk about a post that somebody actually made. He will actually talk about a video clip that somebody actually did. He doesn't just get up there and completely talk out of thin air and say that somebody said something without showing proof that they said it. That's the other thing. Y'all ain't no I ain't no killer, but don't push me. Exactly. Like, that's the thing. I don't know if people got the game messed up. Maybe I've been being too nice, but it's not going to happen. This is my 72,000th time somebody threatening to do something to my channel, and it's really honestly getting aggravating. We done seen Tino's Instagram getting taken down. We seen them report ALVO and get him kicked off of YouTube for a couple of days. We seen them report ALVO's Cash App and get his Cash App money stopped. And then his butt over there too, lying, talking about I'm saying something about him begging. I have always defended your begging. Because who cares if other people are giving out their money? That's some crazy stuff. Who cares what other people are doing with their money? It's an investment. If somebody comes to you and say, hey, I want to start a business. I know it's going to make money. Can you give me $100,000? People give people that $100,000 and they expect them to bring the money back to them. If I come to you and I say, hey, I'm on a YouTube channel, I'm making money, and my supporters give me money because they want to see me go out and make content. They want to see me my stuff being taken care of so that I can have more time to get online. That is 100% certainly their choice. When they was getting that man Cash App taken down, I defended against it 1,000 times, saying that it's messed up. You're messing up somebody's livelihood. People don't just use Cash App online. They use Cash App in general. You messing up that man's livelihood. And as hard as I defended these people whose only goal is to take down my channel, I'm not cool with it at all, bro. Because anything right or wrong, I defend it no matter who it's applying to. And y'all don't do the same thing. It's almost like a back end team up against me that I don't know about. Now, I'm not saying it's happening, but I'm saying it's almost like, because the storylines are starting to plot too closely together. Two people are saying that I never said anything good about them when I have proof that I said something good about them. Two people are saying that I never posted their accomplishments when I have proof that I did. Two people are saying that I only say nice things about the other person and say mean things to them, and they're saying the same thing. It's kooky to me. So we already got through that. Never posted him. And I'm not going to lie. And look at me still finding the good in the video. He did say for a moment there, like, I thought we was all supposed to be your ex-husbands. How you going to come at us like that? And that was very cute and heartwarming and touching to me. But it was also funny to me, because for you to claim that you don't like my videos or watch them, because if you didn't see anything good said about you, then you could not have been watching my videos. Correct? But then you said you thought we supposed to all be your ex-husbands. Now, anybody who watches BedTime do know I call them all my ex-husbands, and I say I'm getting my alimony, obviously, by posting their content. I have not said that in about 2 or 3 months. Been about 2 or 3 months. So that means you deep in, you quoting, still using stuff, and it's okay, because that's how I see y'all. But if I do have an ex-husband, do you not think I'm going to point it out when it's right or wrong? Okay, so let's get into that. So that was real cute to me that, saying got in your feelings a little bit. What wasn't cute to me is me being called out of my name 72,000 times and a bunch of lies. So one, Tommy the Gossip called me broke. Now, I know I don't flex my bank account and I don't flex my money and the things I have showing my big screens and my computer monitors like some people, or the fact that I bought a new couch or I got a king size bed that reclines. I know I don't show those things. I definitely am broke. Everybody lives within their means. I'm not rich. I have extra money to go to a restaurant if I want to. I have extra money to take care of doctor's needs. I have extra money to, go to a Chris Brown concert. But one thing I'm gonna say, let's say this: I have never called anybody broke in my life. I think the only people who could probably call me broke is my boss, because you're probably the only one who knows what I'm making, and you're probably the only one who is making more than me. If my person who's working right next to me says you're broke, I'm like, girl, you broke, because we're making the same amount of money. And I don't know what other money you're making, because I don't manage your finances. I don't have your bank statements. I'm not Kayla Gibbs. I'm not playing bank for bank. Okay. So none of us have any idea what money anyone got. So to call somebody broke is crazy work to me, when you were just telling somebody the other day that you owed them $15, but you wasn't going to pay them until you got your YouTube check. I don't have to wait to get my YouTube check to pay anybody anything. And that's a blessing. But it's only being spoken about because somebody called me broke. And to be honest, I don't think I've ever been called broke in my life. And not because I'm rich, again, because I'm not, far from it. I live within my means. But because I do not associate with low vibration folk. I do not associate with people that I'm going to need to argue with. I do not associate with people whose only goal is to bring you down. If that's the case, they're not my friend, and then I just get away with them. So I don't think I've even had anybody call me broke. I don't think I've ever had anybody call me 1,000 itches, because I just don't put myself in those situations. If you is calling me a 7,000 itches, we either fighting already, or I'm just not around you. What Tommy does exactly. I would be tit for tat if he tried to take my channel down when sending his supporters out. Yeah, y'all know I do not support mass reporting. I have never one time on YouTube, on this side of YouTube, on this sector, I have never one time reported any of these pages, anything that anybody has said about me, anybody called me 72. Never one time, because it's more than a channel. It's their livelihood. Some people who we know who those people are pay their bills off of this. I do not. But I can imagine if I did. And this is why I understand the negativity too. I could imagine if I had to do things like get bent over and bust down to pay my bills, rather than talking about somebody on the internet. Which one you think I'm gonna choose? I'm gonna choose talking to somebody, but best believe it is tit for tat now. If anything happens to my channel, I'm going ham and I'm not stopping. And I'm telling you, I'm not, bruh. Y'all can do all that little reporting, put in the timestamp. At this point, they bullied somebody. At this point, they said this. I don't got time for that. I told y'all 1,000 times, whether you believe it or not, I have multiple different YouTube channels. What that means is when you're in the YPP program, they're all monetized. So the YouTube Partner Program means that you can have conversations via email, which the email I put in this video, with YouTube, or you can have a live chat with YouTube. I don't do no live chat. All my screenshots get sent directly to the YouTube Partner Program. And I give segment 1, this person did this. Segment 2, this person did this. Segment 3, this person did this. Now, I've never had to report anybody, but like I showed y'all in the video, I have had people try and copyright my videos. And every single time they have lost. There has only been one time where I deleted my video, and it's really just because I was busy, and you only have 7 days from the time somebody tried to put it in, from the time where they actually take down the video. And I had just had the other issue go through. So I didn't have time to respond back and forth to YouTube like I normally do. And I didn't want to get a strike on my channel. So I just went to go ahead and delete it. But I can guarantee you 100% I would have won that one too. You have to know the rules to be able to apply them. To be able to use the rules against people, you need to know them yourself, honey. And you also need to follow them. I don't just know YouTube guidelines. I'm gonna post it on my page, maybe for y'all at some other time. I'm actually Google certified. I'm YouTube trained and YouTube certified, because YouTube gives you a certain amount of points. They also push your content more if you prove to them that you already know the guidelines. Speaking of guidelines, if you follow all the guidelines, because I'm getting into it now. If you follow all the guidelines on your channel, you get what we call green money signs. Because y'all saying, oh, how would you know if anything happens to your channel besides you having to take down a video? If you get green money signs on your video, that means that you're suitable for all advertisers. Every single last one of my videos on my channel, from live streams to posted videos, are on green. What that means is I do not break guidelines whatsoever. However, during that 2-hour rant that Tommy had a problem with me, as per usual, he told on himself and said that his majority of his videos are on yellow, which he didn't have to tell me. I already knew. I'm telling you, bro, you could say one thing. Now, the good thing about me is I had one video on yellow, and I believe it was a live stream. But because I know the guidelines, I knew exactly what point in that video that I messed up. When you messing up the guidelines for 2.5 hours straight, there's absolutely no way for you to go and take it all out. You have to literally just delete the video. I, however, did not. YouTube gives you the ability to go and clip out certain portions. So I already knew where I messed up because I slipped up and said the word and I didn't mean to say it. And I just went and cut it out and the video completely went to green. So every single last one of my videos is on green. Meaning if any of them switch to yellow, that means some people is trying to do something they ain't supposed to do. And obviously, a copyright strike can only happen directly from the creator. They have to submit all of their information to YouTube, and YouTube has to submit their information to me, and I can obviously dispute it. And once I dispute it, they have to give me certain information because I can say, hey, you know what? I legally feel like I was obligated to use this, and YouTube, you might not agree with me, even though for the most part, I have won, thanks God to knowing my guidelines. I can then take it further. And for me to be able to take it legally further, YouTube has to provide me with that information. This person says you use their content, you're losing money, you want to sue for this amount of money, here's that person's information so that you can go do that. Now, it's not that serious on this channel, but it's more principle. It's the principle for me. Do you think pages like the Shade Room and the Tea Room that have been around this long, if people could just go in and say, oh, they're using my content? No, as long as you're creating unique content, which we already know the uniqueness is busting through the walls over here when it comes to bedtime, and y'all can see it because it's starting to surface. You're legally owned to your content. Thank you, baby Eliza Moore. Let me see. I would do that's it for that. Okay. You just they just don't like the fact that you called out the lies, period. And I get it. It could seem personal, but I'm not. Stop lying and I won't call them out. Y'all see some videos I run straight through without throwing in one meme or one receipt. I don't have to put receipts on my videos. It's only when you deny stuff that you know you said that's going to make another person look bad. But never monetize. If you'd ever want to build an audience that's I had 1.4K in a week, but never monetized. If you ever want to build use these bros for real. I don't know what the bottom part said, but yeah, I know a lot of people get a lot of views that aren't monetized. Some people fail to realize too, like all of those channels who saying all of that crazy stuff. Okay, maybe Eliza Moore to join the membership. Thank you. Make sure y'all join the membership, y'all. I need to go drop. I want to drop y'all some tea because I had, I went out, did a little few things, and I want to drop a few clips for y'all. I used to like ALVO, but I find him too vindictive. Sorry, but I'm talking negative, but oh well. You're not talking negative. You're giving your true opinion in a respectful way. And that's it. Now, the word vindictive could offend somebody, but if you truly feel that they're vindictive, then you feel that they're vindictive. And that's what is the meaning. What is the meaning of vindictive? Because if it applies, then it applies. And that's the thing. I don't want, as much as they want me to lose support, I don't want any of them to ever lose support. It doesn't even make any sense because I make money off them. Just like he said, you never posted, I got out of jail. You never posted my MTV. That's viral tea. That doesn't even make sense. I'm giving up tea. So I'm going to skip over the most viral tea just because it's something good about you. Vindictive, having or showing a strong or unreasoning desire for revenge. So it looks like it applies. Unreasoning, meaning you have absolutely no reason to want to take revenge out on somebody. So it sounds like this sector to me. Everybody's vindictive against me. They taking revenge out on me for doing absolutely nothing but clocking the truth. So, and again, I don't want any of them to lose support. I want you all to support them. That's how I got my support, but I'm not going to kiss no SSA either to get it. They're actually people that copy your lives on videos, and AI initially shuts it down until proven. Exactly. top of your lives or videos. I see some people do that. Like I see some people like will literally have a blogger or reactions channel, commentary and everything in the whole video, which is fine because you can like if somebody was to come play this video right now and then react to it, they could absolutely do that. But to play it all the way straight through with my commentary and not adding any of theirs, the system is definitely going to catch that. Nobody care about them typos. I do not play. Look, I have a professional career where I have to constantly be worried about spelling right and not spelling right and all that stuff. When it comes to the internet, it's nothing but fun and games. If I type it wrong, I type it wrong. Oh, well, you're not hiring me. You're not giving me a job. You're not looking over my resume. I could care less at the fact that you know how to put spell check before you write something. Can you think? Can you articulate? So did we get to that? But like I said, bloggers and reaction channels are being used. We're being used. People are using us to get up, and once they're where they want to be, all of a sudden they have a problem with us discussing them. And I want to say, up until that last video, every time he's last 7 live streams, he has had to mention me, from him adding me to court shows, from him claiming that I'm on the other side of YouTube and I'm getting too personal with the creators when I'm the actual least personal one with them. Again, the bias, because you talk about bias when it comes to negativity, but not bias when it comes to people who to people who like you. So it goes on the same term. So if you don't support channels who are biased, you shouldn't support ones who like you either. But people don't get that. We already went over the fact that I'm broke. And then he said something funny. He said, pay attention to people who post videos and don't do live streams because they can't pull numbers on live or something like that. I don't know what he said. So I'm not going to say it verbatim. Smarter, not harder. That's on. Oh, hold on. We got an issue, baby. Eliza Moore. We need that super chat to get 5 likes. I know y'all done got me to 100 likes now, but now y'all done got to the T. Y'all don't want to be liking no more. She just left me a super chat and she's single-handedly supporting the live. So before I continue, we're gonna need 5 likes on that super chat. I have learned more about YouTube guidelines listening to your channel, and I'm hoping that's where it goes. Eventually, somebody can feel strong enough to go make their own channel, because the course that I keep talking about making, nobody made for me. Like, y'all don't understand, bro. Like, y'all know how when you watching somebody video, the subscribe button pop up on the screen and then it does this little click thing, like you can click it, but you can't really click it. It's just the editing thing that somebody has put into the video. I spent, I want to say maybe 60 days trying to figure out how to put that in my video. What that means is I wanted my channel to be, I took my channel so seriously that my research was so deep. And I'm so glad I did all that deep dive research when I did have a couples channel, because who knew I was going to need it on this toxic side of the platform? Okay, now we got them likes knocking on. Till I realized how hypocritical he is. He just lies. I try to guide them in the right direction, but they want to curse you out. Some folks like to remain ignorant to fact. Exactly. You can't help nobody. But yes, you should pay attention to that. Live streams don't pay. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care if you got 15K. You got 20K. I can do the math. If I'm doing 5K on a live stream and I'm only getting $15 for it without my super chats or anything included, what's 5 times 5? I mean, sorry, 5 times 3, because you're getting what, 20K views or 15K views, so you're getting 3 times my amount of views. So your $15 is what, tripling to 45, 60? So you can't pull me the wool over my eyes. Then you come back and you tell everybody your videos are on yellow. So are you really making the money that you constantly boasting about? And then you say, I'm obsessed because I actually take the time to edit videos. As far as the word obsession, I don't care about that. I can be obsessed. That's fine. But the fact that you say taking the time to edit videos, if you ask anybody in this sector, even people who claim to love the person who said that, they will tell you it takes 10 times more work to edit a video than it does to come up here on live stream and run my choppers. And you know that too. because Tommy's posted video that he came back around and made looked like it was a bedtime video. And we didn't see any more after that. Why? Because it took long. It takes time. It's quality over quantity, honey. So when you point something out, make sure you point it out for the right things. No, I'm not going to get on live stream for 2 hours a day like I am right here with y'all, 2 hours and 30 minutes, and probably not even make half the money that I make from a posted video. And then when I ask my own supporters to support my live so that I can continue to get on live to talk with them, you claim I'm begging. You can look up begging right now. Begging is a form. It's not an ask. I don't need anything, but I also don't work for free. I would never have y'all pay my rent. Now, I ain't going to say that. Maybe, I don't know, maybe the world's worst tornado could come to Houston. My insurance company not trying to cover the things I lost. All of my family members that were able to help me all of a sudden aren't able to help me. So I'm not going to say it ain't no point where I could never ask y'all to help me with something that's probably a little bit more serious. But why would I waste my time getting a degree, working all these jobs, getting to the level that I got at to just have to go to an internet and beg for somebody to pay my rent? Yes, I want y'all to give me fun money so I can go out and turn up because I'm spending time with y'all like y'all spending time with me. But to depend on somebody to pay my rent, that's when I would go over there and get bent over and bust down before I ever do that. So the fact that you're talking about it like it's a bad thing, when y'all have literally been up here in tears begging people to pay y'all rent for y'all, but I cannot ask my supporters for support for the content that they're watching. And then I hate how they try to gaslight people's intelligence. Let's put this out there right now. If me pinning my Cash App to the top and telling y'all to support the live, and thank you so much to those people who did, is begging, then everybody in the Bussy bunch is begging. Begging, beggars. And I don't care about the word beggar. So call me that. If you ask for a super chat, it's like, are you a super chat? If somebody sends me a $10 super chat, by the time the super chat gets back around to me, it's $6. It's $6. The only difference in a super chat and a CA is that one takes money out, one is instant, and one isn't. There is no difference from begging. If you're getting $100 super chats, you're begging. If you're getting gifts on TikTok, you're begging. If you're getting, because it's not begging, it's support for the channel. I don't use that word begging. That's some toxic ish that they have over here. I can be watching one of Rissa and Kwan's videos and I see super chats all over the video. Them folks not begging. People like their content, so they're supporting the content. And y'all have to do better too with running with some of these fake old storylines just because you're sick of somebody doing it. I get y'all sick of ALVO begging, but y'all don't have to give up y'all money. Y'all don't have to give y'all money to ALVO. I know people say here like, oh, tricking all them women. Look, I get it. Some people may be elderly. Some people may be disabled. So you feel like they may be getting taken advantage of from when they're spending their money. But let's be real. There's way more deceitful people in the world who are taking people money, like companies, insurance companies, even people who go see certain people with disabilities, people who work in homes, people who work in people's personal homes are stealing from people. At least they're giving you the real of who they are online for you to make a decision on whether or not you would like to invest in their content or you would not like to invest in it. But that begging, it is so annoying considering the only people to ever beg are the people who calling other people beggars. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. And if they think that BedTime was on that SSA, oh, you just wait. Because I have heard so many people up here to ask for apologies that weren't even owed. And then when I went to go prove that the apology wasn't owed, I got no response. I have been owed 72,000 different apologies. Have y'all seen one? Oh, okay. Thank you, Carolyn. Make sure y'all smash that super chat. I was discouraged after going through pages and saw that Here were actual pages with all my material. However, the truth is everybody share the same supporters or haters. Exactly. We all share the same supporters. That's why I would never even go in too deep on one of them. All my ALVO supporters, I'm going to lose if all I do is be mean to ALVO. If all I do is be mean to SHAMAR, I'm going to lose all my supporters and everything for Tommy, everything. Y'all, when I first started this channel, because y'all knew I had the ability to, y'all wanted me to get up in these folks' SSA way more than I already do. But I let you know that I am not here to mess up their self-esteem. These folks see all this stuff in the comments on the daily basis. I don't need to grind negativity into them. But when you're lying in my face, one, you're lying on me now. So I'm definitely going to point out every other time you lie so that people know to take to anything you say to go get receipts on it. If you're denying something, I'm going to put it in the video. Don't deny something that you did. Don't lie about something that you did. And then the receipt wouldn't matter, because when I throw in receipts about other people, if y'all don't remember, last week, Tommy gave me a shout out, or a couple of weeks ago, saying, I'm using your video in my video because I need to show this clip. So when you're using my video as reference for your own receipts, and at one point, I honestly could, me and Tommy were like a well-oiled machine. Tommy would come out with the tea, he would drop his tea, and I would basically prove the tea. Whether it was real or fake was neither here nor there. He'd say, so-and-so did this, I put in the clip of this, so-and-so did that, I put in the clip of so-and-so doing that. Whether they actually, whether it was good or bad or true or false, I put it in. So the issue is, I don't know if it's competition, but I'm going to tell y'all, if y'all don't notice, he says a lot. Let me stop talking about SHAMAR, or BedTime gonna get on me. And I'm telling y'all, that's the root of it. That's the root of it, in my opinion. I believe that he believes I am his barrier between talking about SHAMAR. So that's another thing. When you're threatening to get my page taken down, because best believe it will be reciprocated tenfold. This is my third monetized channel, and it's going to be a fourth one after a couple of weeks, because I'm going to get y'all another channel over here. This is my third monetized channel in less than a month. My other channels, they have been monetized before I started talking about SHAMAR. However, somebody's channel didn't go up until ALVO and SHAMAR had their initial dating and their blow up. Viral moments that are connected to you only happen once in a blue. Viral moments that happen in general, meaning I can completely delete my page today, go on tomorrow, go on TikTok, see the most viral story, post about it before everybody else posts about it, and I'll be right back in the same position I am in now. SHAMAR and ALVO are never going to have, well, they might, but it's never going to be as interesting to the public as it was the first time around. And we know that that's how somebody got majority of their followers and supporters, by reporting on their relationship. Let's keep it 100. Every single video from my channel to Tommy's channel to ALVO's channel, if you organize them by popular, the most popular videos have SHAMAR in them. Talk about SHAMAR. If I was on this channel talking about myself, and I made a video about SHAMAR, and that was my top video, I would feel some type of way. Why can't I make a video on my own and it be my top video? SHAMAR is the money. We have heard them call SHAMAR so many things. He called SHAMAR, ALVO said SHAMAR gonna always be somebody come up. We already know when Tommy isn't feeling upset, he comes out and says the real that SHAMAR is the clout. He built his whole entire channel off SHAMAR. So I think that's the issue. He thinks that I'm his barrier between him talking about SHAMAR. And I'm not going to say thinks, because I've heard him say it in a billion videos. And it has nothing to do with SHAMAR. If my cousin, my disabled cousin, raps for a living, and I don't have somebody on the internet is saying their music is weak, I don't like the way they rap, they're ugly, they need to get their hair done, I don't have nothing to say. Somebody's on the internet saying, oh, you disabled body, twisted up neck, this and this and this and this and that. You need to go to adult protective services. You can't take care of yourself. You can't wipe yourself. You left doo-doo under my sink. I'm calling animal control on you. I would literally drive a mud hole through that person. Drive it through. I don't care what nobody says. So let's put this out here clear. Speaking on anyone's disability is bullying. It is, whether you want it to be or not. Just because you don't like a person does not mean you can talk about their disability. Talk about the thing that they did to you. It has nothing to do with SHAMAR. It is the way the world should be. If we did not have people in the world like me, we would have everybody in the world like Trump. Okay? Hey, some people are worried about money over taking care of the people. I'm a people person. You can literally snatch every single last one of my views. I am never going to say, hey, man, it's okay to talk about this person with a disability as long as you're doing it for money, as long as they stole your man, as long as they're dating your ex. It's absolutely fine to bully somebody on the internet for 7,500 days a week because they stole your man. Never. So if that's what you want me to be okay with, you're going to delete my page now. Let's do it. Let's go up. Let's do it. You got to, we're going to have to, because I'm never going to confirm. So I don't know if you think scaring me, threatening me, trying to get other people to come on your side. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's never going to change. It's absolutely not. And thank you, Carolyn. I really don't follow Tommy or ALVO like I used to. I mean, the tea has really died down. And that's why I think it's so funny, too, because half the time when they reach out to me, I think they just want to, I ain't gonna say remain relevant, because I don't keep none of them relevant. They're relevant on their own. They do a good job of putting out consistent content. And I have always given that credit to the Bussy Bunch. And it's crazy because I'm giving credit out for something negative, really, because when you see Jania in the blogs, she's only in the blogs because she's doing something negative that day. People don't typically go viral for negative things every single day. They go viral for things like SHAMAR goes viral for negative things, but he also goes viral for talking about weird stuff like politics. He also goes viral for talking about weird. There's certain people who only go viral for talking about negative things, and that's okay. They continuously have consistency. Cardi B only pop out and talk trash on live every 2 months. They pop out and talk trash on live every day. So I appreciate them 100%, and I have always given them their appreciation. But I'm going to stop doing it as much as I can because it's clearly not appreciated. And then when you come back to me with something that's actually valid, then it would make sense to me. And I would sit down and take the time. Almost too, like, I wonder how Tommy would react if I was in person. If I was in person, me and you sitting down having a conversation, I say, Tommy, why would you say I never said anything good about you when I have 75 pieces of proof right here that said I never said anything good about you? Would you still answer the same way, or would you do like you do on live streams with people, and instead of answering the question, you just start cursing, calling them out of their names and calling them itches? Because in person, I can guarantee you getting called out of my name 72,000 times isn't going to have the same reaction that it does over the internet. Why not just answer the question? I be just wondering. Maybe me and Tommy should have a talk. Maybe me and Tommy should have a talk. Should we have a talk? Yeah. Right, Miss Mamas. And I've been up here for way too long, and I got my own thing going on. So let me get through the rest of it. And Tommy was scheduled to go on live today and yesterday, but he didn't go. Maybe he's ready for me to get off live so he can react to my video. But either way, people are allowed to react to my videos. They're allowed to say, "What? I don't want nobody to get the game messed up. I don't want anything to happen to Tommy, SHAMAR, or ALVO's channels or any of their support system just because they're coming at me. They can come at me and give their opinion on me just like I can give them opinion of theirs. But don't disrespect me while giving your opinion when I don't disrespect you at all, and then lying on me and saying that I do. Because I promise you, the highlight on the lies is going to grow until I start getting the proper flowers. And then this is the stuff that I'm talking about. It's not fair. So ALVO came on the internet the other day and said that Tommy followed him to TikTok. Now, I don't go on TikTok like that. So it wasn't really, and ALVO wasn't online as consistently as he was, so it really didn't stand out to me. Tommy did drop a live stream slightly talking about it, but I did not watch the whole thing because I was busy. And then after that, he dropped some more tea. So when he dropped the tea, I completely just forgot what I was saying when I was reading y'all. Kind of right, Miss Mamas, because they will turn you and have something negative to say. Exactly, they will, and that's why I don't become friends. That's why you can send me 1,000 super chats. You can send me 1,000 shout outs. You can send me 1,000 messages. I'm never going to fall into anything because y'all switch up, and it's okay. Y'all can switch up if y'all want to. That's just not the way I live my life. Anybody saying anything weird about me, I probably don't want to be around you and hang with you in that way. But what was I at? People who said, oh yeah, but Tommy said that ALVO followed him to TikTok. Now I'm like, what? You can't follow anybody on any platform. The platforms are all available for people to post. And like I said, Tommy made a live and he was like, hey, you should be complimented if I did follow you over there, but he did not say whether he did or he didn't. I have seen people posting live streams of Tommy from the last couple of days from TikTok. Now that's crazy to me because everybody can be on social media. It don't matter if you decide to go to TikTok today, Instagram tomorrow, Facebook tomorrow, you can be where you want to be. But let that same thing had happened opposite. Imagine Tommy going over there to live stream and then ALVO going on the live stream after. He would not have let it go. He would have been up here screaming and ranting and raving about how ALVO copies him. I have seen Tommy say that people copy him while he copying somebody else. And it's okay. It's social media. We're all going to eventually take something away from each other's channels. But the fact that you can't admit it or complain about it when other people do it, and then you point other people out for it, is just crazy work to me. It's just crazy work. And that's the end of it. I have never directly called anybody a hypocrite. I have never directly called anybody anything other than what a liar, honestly, because a liar is a fact. If you say the sky is, if you say I never said I hate her, and then I play a clip of you saying I hate her, you're a liar. I'm sorry. It sounds bad. You are a liar. I know that offends some people, but it is a fact. It is not even an opinion because I just have proved that you were a liar. I never called anybody a hypocrite because you contradict things. It is proven that people contradict things. Maybe not as a hypocrite because you can be a hypocrite in multiple different ways in life, but as far as being a contradictor and contradicting the things you say, that is 100% hands down true. And I'm never going to stop saying anything that is true just because it offends you. If you don't want it to be true, make it untrue. And yes, I will be, if some tea drops, just the same thing he tell other people. If some tea drops, I will be posting it. And no, unlike all these lies they told, y'all know I don't have no group chat to communicate with y'all. I don't have any way to communicate with y'all instead of something goes down. And I don't need to, honestly. But I'm letting y'all know right now. The person who is claiming that they don't want me to post no more breaks every single guideline there is to be broken on YouTube on a daily basis. And I'm going to utilize that factor if I need to, because I'm not going to be bullied like the rest of these people on this platform. And just because I don't stand for bullies doesn't mean that you're going to section me out and think that, oh, you want to be the nice guy on this platform, so I'm going to let everybody else post and they can make money, but you can't. No. It's not happening. But yeah, y'all, this is probably one of the longest live streams I have ever did. I appreciate everybody who was interacting. Oh, I'm glad you said that. You said Tommy slow. I have never called Tommy slow. I actually say in my intro that I do not comment on mental capacity, so much so that it probably runs through y'all head like it's a song. This man sat up on live and said that I call people slow. What? If you're going to lie right. Lie for something that even makes a little slight bit of sense. You call people slow every day and even use the word reword. You talk about people's babies, talk about getting people's babies smacked. You just told a lady on your live to DIE the other night. Don't ever think that you can compare yourself to me when you are mean. And I try not to say it as direct as I do because I do try to be somewhat nice. No, you're mean, negative, toxic. And that is not opinionated words. Those are factual words because those are the things that you do on your channel. And I want to make this clear. When I point out those things, I'm not saying don't do them. That's not what I'm saying at all. It's your platform. You can do exactly what you want to do on your platform. But if people have an opinion about what you do on your platform, don't get up here crying claiming that you do everything that everybody else do. And anybody in those comments who sit up there and say, yeah, you just do anything. No, you just do anything that anybody else do. And you a ASS kisser. Because I do not call people out of their names. I will never speak on nobody's mental health. I will never speak on nobody's mother who passed away. I will never say nobody was doing it with their dog. I will never say anybody has any diseases. There are about a million things that you do over there that I would never do on my channel. And I'm telling you, every time they compare it and it's wrong, I'm going to clock the T even harder. I'm tired of folks coming at me, bro. When I have tried to do be nothing but respectful. I could push so many different influences across this channel that I choose not to. Because even if they're real, I don't want anything bad to happen to anybody. I don't want anybody to lose their channel. I don't want anybody to lose their livelihood. And I really mean it when I say it. I'm not saying I don't want anybody to lose their channel and then telling them I'm going to delete their channel tomorrow. It's real. Not saying that I want people to make money, but only if they talk good about me. It's real. So honestly, how real I get and how many receipts I drop and how many truths I drop, how much effort, because look, I put in a few receipts here and there because it takes me extra time to go put in the receipts. I will drop a receipt every 2 seconds if I have to, just to make every word you say compared to another word you said, if I have to. I have that ability to. I could choose to say nothing. I don't care what nobody says. The people who do not speak in their videos and it's nothing to them, they don't sit up there and say, hey, the loveliest person in the world did this. No, they highlight only negativity. Half of my video titles start off with congratulations to somebody. Somebody did this. I love when I can congratulate a person. It's not the opposite where I gotta choke in GTA out of my throat and it hurts me to give people compliments. I like giving people way more compliments than I like speaking on their shortcomings. And until people start to recognize it and actually give me my flowers for it, best believe BedTime gonna be popping it because I'm honestly over it. Because they turn on you and say something. Tommy's such a manipulator. He tried to twist what you just said about you talking in person into you wanting to fight him. Girl, that don't even make any sense. I don't fight. I sue. I don't fight. I sue, honey. I've never fought anybody in my life. But again, this is the whole point why I'm having this conversation. I done gave you all the tea and you're still over there lying. You the man who try to fight females. Females don't try to fight men. I know sometimes people forget what category they in. I don't fight in real life. I have a professional life. I cannot have a record. Like, what don't people get about that? They want me to be a part of their low vibration energy so much. And I knew he was waiting for me to get on live so he can get on live, but that goes and then says that he does not listen to this. He says that his personal life doesn't include this. But yet he said he can't sleep because he's always thinking about YouTube and what content he's going to bring to his subscribers. Your content is negativity. So that means you're constantly thinking about negativity. So you can dwell in this, you can lie in this, you can use me as content. You over there talking about me, but claim you don't want me to use yours content. I wouldn't have to put because I can sit up here like everybody else and just have conversation about you. I can have conversation about an image on my video, but I don't want to take people's word out of skew. I want to put what you actually said in the video so people can make their own opinions of what they see in the video, and then I can also make mine. But anyway, we know the lies are going to continue. It's nothing new. It's not going to stop. They have been doing it for years. But I'm going to tell y'all right now, I'm not going to lie down easy, and I can promise you, if anything happens to my channel, it will be as many times as I told y'all I'm not going to do this. This time I will do it. And if you think you can out-document me, then let's see. We twins. I did he is. And Tommy knows he is just an evil person, honestly. And see, I never called him evil. Some people might consider the things that he do evil. I have never called him evil. Ever, 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 ever. A lot of people would call him that. Never, ever, ever, ever. Never, ever, ever. And he still be over there lying. It's outrageous. You really speak nicely, and I don't know why they starting to bully you, the two of them. It's because I did. The truth hurts when people know the truth about you. They listen to you, but they're less likely to invest in the things you do because they don't want to invest in something if they feel like they're being BS'd by you. And that's what it is. When you point out that, dang, man, I'm not really this person that I portray myself to be, they take it personally. And it's annoying because I don't, unlike them when they say, oh, I don't want to bring people up I don't want to bring people down to bring people up. Yes, you do, because you do it every single day. I could sit up here and compare my numbers to a whole lot of people's numbers. I don't. I've only compared my number to one person's numbers, and that's after they called me out for having low views 72,000 times, and their views was lower than mine. They literally were just talking, and I'm like, y'all can go click on the channel and see who it was, and they're talking about me. I had somebody say, oh, she started her channel 3 years ago, and I had only started my channel 3 months ago. And the proof is in the pudding for that. So that's why they're starting to bully me. But I'm here for it. One, it's a free shout out. And every single thing you say that people can come over and see isn't true, other than the, let's be real, people who don't want to know the truth, they're going to stay. People who come to my channel to see what you're saying and then realize it's untrue, they stay here. No, I say he will try to twist what you're saying into that. Oh, okay. So, okay. Oh, yeah, they're going to twist everything I say. So, yeah, he didn't say that, y'all. She said he didn't say that. He said he's going to try and say that. But they're going to try and manipulate a whole lot of things. But, again, even though we are all not technically working together, we are working together. We're all a well-maintained. Like, think about that. If, say my whole channel did go away. Say I just let it go and said, man, you know what? They stressing me out too much, like a lot of these people do. I don't know for what reason, because you would never. But let's just say I decided to do that. All I would do is go make another channel, not put bedtime on it, and eat you up. At least up here, I have a brand to maintain. I have a certain, je ne sais quoi, that I have already built with my community. So they know me for that. They trust me for that. That's my brand. But it could completely go in the opposite negative way. So if you don't think that I'm going to get revenge, if you try to take my edge down, let's wait and see. And I'm going to tell you, educated revenge and street smarts revenge is two separate things. But when they come together, honey, I'm going to tell you, instead of him telling the truth, he will. And somebody said earlier, and this goes on your comment, I'm not, Elisa, I'm not ignoring it. Somebody said earlier, dang, it hurts my feelings that he looks over your compliments of him bedtime. And I say, he doesn't look over my compliments. He centers in on them. He centers in on my compliments to see what I value most, like not calling people this. It's not talking about disabled people. When I actually see people like him making changes, the things that he sees that I admire the most is what he wants to hit on. That's why he wants to say I call people slow, knowing I would never do that. I always make sure to give good and bad commentary. So he wants to make sure he says that I don't give good commentary. So it's almost like he giving me promo, which I really appreciate. Like, I do not mind when Tommy come up there and be like, she doing A, B, C, and D. I like it, because then people have to come to my channel to see if it's true or not. That's the same thing I do. If Tommy says that ALVO did something, I'm going to go try and find that clip to see if what Tommy said is true or not. I'm going to try to go over there. But when you get to trying to tell me that you're going to take down my page, that's when you turn bedtime into a whole nother person. And Tommy is the only one who constantly pushes that reporting ish. And it's annoying. You cannot take people down because they're competition for you. You can't take people down because they're getting views. You can't take people down for quote unquote claiming to put their hands on to talk disrespect women when you disrespect women. Stay out of people's up and down videos. If you want to go at somebody, you go at them with the same words you've been going at them with, drop receipts and drop content. But trying to get people's page deleted, I can promise you, messing with people's livelihood in that way is going to come back to bite you in the SSA. And you can say all day on the way to the holidays that you don't care about begging, But let's be real. The video that I just watched 5 minutes ago and you breaking down into tears because your rent needed to be paid, you do care about begging. And I don't want you to beg. I don't want anybody to have to sell themselves to make no money. At time you talking about SHAMAR calling me, even though I didn't speak to SHAMAR, Tommy might what's the word? I don't know. You know, Tommy has that try to keep that control factor. Tommy can pick up the phone and call me any day he wants to too. I'm gonna pick up the phone the same way I would for SHAMAR. The thing is, SHAMAR is humbled enough down to not care what I think of him calling me. ALVO and SHAMAR was the first people to get in my chat on live chat. Tommy was the first to complain about me not being in his when he never showed me any love. And then he started coming to my live chat. So if we're going to be real, let's be real. And half this little petty stuff I don't even talk about half the time because it's irrelevant. But please, bro, I'm asking, like, you can talk about me all you want, but I'm telling you, threatening to take down my channel is one thing. Lying on me, that's cool, because if you want to put me to work, you want me to find receipts, you want people to have to go do their research, that's fine. Because lying, y'all going to do that anyway. But I'm telling you, this is going to be the last time you threaten anything with my channel. The next time anybody threatens anything with the BedTime channel, I'm telling y'all, I'm not even coming up here to respond. I'm just going to take action. And you can literally yell it from the rooftops. You can record it. You can go tell whoever the hell you want to tell. The next time somebody threatens anything going on with my channel, when I literally spend long waking hours to make sure I follow every single guideline, to make sure I do not disrespect anyone, to make sure that nobody's feelings are inherently hurt besides from the things that they do, like lying, from the things that I say in my videos, I'm telling you, I'm not going to respond. I'm not going to come up here and make no video. So y'all just know, if y'all see them make a video, even though they like to delete them afterwards, about me saying that they're going to get my page taken down, just already know action is coming. It's starting. I'm not responding. I'm not telling you what I'm going to do, because I've been saying that for the last couple. And even in the video, she said if I report her, she's going to report me. I never said that. But it's obvious, honey. It's obvious. Why do you think you can do something to somebody that they're not going to do to you? I'm not ALVO, honey. And no offense to ALVO in that sense, but the ALVO needed support to retaliate you. I appreciate my supporters. I love them, but I do not need them to execute what I need done. So again, hopefully we can continue to communicate in this sector like we have been doing. And and sector came from another blogger. I don't even say that word normally. I usually say over here on this side of the internet, but sector came from another blogger. But hopefully we can continue to work like a well-oiled machine over here. And even if we is going to beef, we completely keep it strictly content and not trying to ruin anybody's livelihood, because that's the last time that BedTime is going to be threatened with anything happening to her channel. That's it. That's all. We see you as competition. And see, I wouldn't even never say that, because I don't like to be intertwined in numbers and stuff. That's the stuff they do. But I'm like literally starting to believe all of this stuff, because I don't understand why else I'm being sectioned out when I'm the nicest person up here. Yeah, it did it to Honey Supreme and Dino for a fact. I know I had to protect them people and say, hey, please stop trying to get their channels taken down. Please stop. Even ALVO, he had ALVO's page reported. ALVO's had good supporters, so he didn't get all the way down, but he got clipped off YouTube where he couldn't post for 2 weeks to 1 week, and that's when his views originally started dying. If you want to be better than somebody, actually be better than them. If you only better than somebody because you stop their influx of income or you stop people from being able to see their content, then you're not better than them in no way, shape, or form. You're just taking away your competition, and that's not the same thing, honey, in any way, Lisa form. So I'm telling y'all, everybody always talking about waking something up. This is the side of BedTime you want it. Now you got it. But it's almost a 3-hour live stream, which is crazy work. But I owed it to y'all because one, y'all got me to 100 and something likes, which is crazy work. I love y'all. Down for that. Y'all definitely been turning up them super chats. It's always my A1 Day One BedTime Bandits, and I love y'all. Appreciate y'all so much, because there is no BedTime without the bandits. 100%. When I started making 1, 2, 3 videos and I had 5, 6, 7 bandits, I was almost bedtime, but I wasn't there. Your community is what matters on YouTube. It's only about community, and that's what I love, that we keep it positive over here. So y'all were definitely owed this live stream. My girl got some ish going on, so I'm gonna handle that. But I love y'all. Have a wonderful night. Thank you to all 100 and something out of y'all who was hanging out with me this evening. I really appreciate it. And again, it's no smoke, just like it always is. I support every single person in the Bussy bunch and their constituents and their associates. Y'all all still my ex-husbands. I'm still gonna be getting that alimony. But some of us have to start taking some looks in the mirror, and even if we don't want to, we need to stop trying to reflect it to other people when we don't want to look at ourselves. Love y'all. Peace. See you, Fab. See you, Lisa. See you, TIK. His angel, her mom. Enough is enough. Yep, it is. I'm done. I love y'all. Let me get up off here. Love y'all. Peace. Make sure y'all watch the playback.